Oh, that is the wrong one. There we go. What is up, all you guys? Yeah, I hit the wrong thing there, and there was a little baby Lay's reference just for you guys. It was still up on the intro screen, so I was like, what is that? And then it was a Lay's potato bag chip. But anyway, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Sunday stream. Apologies for being like about 15 minutes late. You know, dual hunting sometimes has its setbacks when you're trying to get set up. I'm gonna get right into it because you guys know how long this can take if we don't do that. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Did you have a great weekend? Did you see Black Panther? Did you watch the Olympics? Did you watch the NBA All-Star stuff? Like, what happened? What'd you get up to this weekend? Yo, Fluff Puff. I see Cheerleader Squid. Billy's Nerd Cave. Welcome back. What's up? Chloe. Hello, Luke. Yeah, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I had a pretty good weekend, I gotta say. Pretty decent. I got to, well, so I do have a story actually involving Black Panther. It won't, don't worry, no spoilers or anything like that. But I do have a funny story. What's up, Bethany? How's it going? All right, this should work. 223. Cool. All right, and it resets good. Sweet. But yeah. Good weekend. I've been drawing all weekend. Beautiful. I can't wait to see what you've created. I'm good, Kyle Bryan. How are you on this Sunday? Remix Gamer, what up? Yeah, Black Panther was really good. So, as some of you guys know, last week was kind of in flux. I ended up streaming Wednesday as opposed to Thursday because of Black Panther. So, I ended up it's a thing me and my friends do, every Marvel movie. So, we went and grabbed dinner. We're talking. We're getting all excited. We go to the theater, and I kid you not, the one IMAX theater in, like, you know, the vicinity of where I live. It wasn't in my town because I'm from a very small town, but the only one kind of even like possible to get to. We had our tickets for like over a week, and the projector wouldn't work, so I didn't get to see Black Panther on the night that I was even supposed to see Black Panther, which was super unfortunate because like there's nothing worse than like getting hyped up an entire week. You know, me and my friends, we'd like talk to each other and be like, yo, I can't wait, this movie's gonna be so sick. And then we showed up and the projector wouldn't work and they sent us all home. It was rough to say the least. I did eventually see the movie this weekend though, so no frets. Yo, and welcome to the sponsor fam, Supersonic Chow. Thank you so much for becoming a sponsor, dude. I hope you had a great weekend as well, but that's incredible. Thank you so much. Let me just get Mimikyu going in time with your dancing Pikachu. Thank you so much, Supersonic Chow hype. And yeah, seriously, thank you so much, Supersonic Chow, for doing that. You have been a part of this community, a part of this family for quite some time now, so it's really cool that you've decided to do that. And as I always say, don't worry, like you can always opt out at any time. But it really does mean a lot. Like, that's one of the coolest things. I know I say it all the time, but it is true that you can do for a content creator or a streamer is just like give them that sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that recurring, it's something solid in a world of maybes. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like financial stuff. So I really do appreciate it. It helps me. It helps the channel. So thank you, Supersonic Chow. You were incredible. And welcome. Enjoy your beautiful bold green name, as well as that baby rhino badge and your custom emotes. And your name will now be at the end of all of my videos going forward. So enjoy that, my friend. Enjoy that. But yeah, thank you so much. And one more time, Supersonic Chow hype. You're the best. I'm shiny hunting Mewtwo in Ultra Wormholes. Nice. There is a classic Royboy face. It's funny. I think it's funnier that it's just green. Like, it's not the normal Royboy face. It's a green one because I think it makes him look like the Hulk, kind of. Oh, nice, Supersonic. Well, then, yeah, hey, thank you. My manager is friends with the manager of the movie theater, so my coworkers and I got free tickets to Black Panther. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, broke, like, a bunch of records and stuff. It was really good. I thought that was, like, a really funny story that, like, I ended up like not streaming Thursday to see Black Panther and then didn't end up seeing Black Panther. I gotta say, I wasn't as like upset as I thought I would be. I was still obviously super bummed, but I was more just like, man, I could have streamed. Like, yeah. But Stan, please bring him back. What, the Lays? We already did. Can you put on a song like you did before? No, I gotta be very careful with songs because YouTube copyrights like a bunch of stuff that Twitch doesn't, unfortunately. Avatar Nix, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Stampede, and I hope you're doing well today. So I just, plus, I like using the background music just in case. Obviously, this is actually not one where you would hear the sparkle effect or anything, but just to get into the habit of that, I like to keep using the background music. And yeah, Miss Fern, it has been a while. How you been? Sin, I've been begging, but I used the links at the beginning of the video. They canceled the Blade Runner showing, so we got to see it on Thursday night. True. Yeah, that was an amazing movie as well. Just got a shiny Treecko on my Alpha Sapphire, and I'm naming it off your channel. Thank you, Demi. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Billy, don't worry. I won't even discuss the movies here. I thought that was a really funny story regarding going to see Black Panther, not the movie itself. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that. There's so many, there must be so many people out there who still really want to see it. So, yeah. Speaking of Black Panther, you look like that white fun dude. You mean, Martin Freeman? I guess kind of. I guess kind of. For sure. I can see it. I have lighter, like, brown hair. I can definitely, I can see that a little bit. I'm sure I definitely look more like him than I look like, Michael B. Jordan, for example. So, yeah, I can see it, I guess. Black Panther versus Pink Panther. They would have a really good theme, right? Like, Pink Panther, that theme is, like, iconic. So, I mean, hey, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I definitely never thought we'd get Spider-Man in the MCU, so, crazier things have happened. Somebody touching my spaghetti. Me and my friend won the Splatfest in Splatoon 2. Nice. Have you seen Shape of Water? I haven't. I heard it's beautiful. Again, being in a very small town, we don't really get many, like, Oscar movies, I guess you could call it. Like, I also really wanted to see I, Tonya as well. And it never even was, like, in the theaters here. It's crazy. It might have been the opening weekend, but I never saw it opening weekend. And then by the time I wanted to see it, it was like it wasn't even there. But, yo, Wolfger! Hey, Stan, good luck as always. During breaks on Suicune, I've been breeding for hidden ability starters and scored a shiny Froakie in Moonball. And right now, I'm hunting, one sec. King Ezra the Wise, thank you for the sub. And, yeah, one sec here. And right now, I'm hunting to put a shiny male Alolan Marowak in a Moonball as well. Nice, congratulations on all of that. And I think that's even a more important thing. Well, first of all, Wolfger Lionel Hype. Give Wolfger some love in the chat. Always so kind, always so generous. You know I appreciate it. And continued good luck to you as well with the Suicune. And, of course, the Marowak and whatnot. But, yeah, no, I do think you raise a really cool point that I don't even know if you meant to raise. But sometimes when you're shiny hunting, it is good to take a break. Especially if you're soft resetting, it's not that hard to just walk away and do it. Personally, I don't mind because my streams are pretty short, admittedly. They're only 2 hours, so, you know, it's not that much. But, like, if you're really going into it and you really want something, you know, if it's taking a while, split it up. Do something else. You can always go back to that Pokemon and try again, which, you know, we have done in the past. We've done that with Entei. We've done it with Regirock. We've done it with other ones we've actually caught, like Bruxish, or Togedemaru, or, you know, or Totodile, things like that. So, it definitely is something to consider if you're a shiny hunter or you want to get into it. Don't be afraid to take a break, just like Wolfger. And I think that's awesome. And you'll probably get the Suicune before you know it, my friend. But good luck! Did you like Black Panther? I did. I'm not going to talk about it too much on today's stream. Just because, like I said, I feel like there are still some people out there. It was hard to get tickets. Because I know, because we had our tickets booked like a few weeks in advance. But then the IMAX thing wouldn't work. So I had to rebook tickets for this weekend. And I ended up going with my girlfriend. And we couldn't even get seats beside each other. Like, that's how packed it was. And it wasn't even like a good showing. It was like 10:40 at night start time, on, like, I think it was Friday. And yeah, so that wasn't even like a crazy, like, you know, the 7 o'clock on a Friday is probably the busiest the theater's gonna get, I would think, I would assume. But the 10:40 was just as packed. So we ended up having to sit, like, in different seats across the theater, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever done that, but it was worth it because it was a really good movie, and I'm glad I went opening weekend for sure. But yeah, it's crazy though. Like, apparently it beat the Avengers, like, total gross for opening weekend or something. Not worldwide, but domestically, which is, like, that's insane. Because, like, well, I guess I was gonna say the Avengers was an event, and Black Panther was an event as well. And I was gonna say, like, but the Avengers, it's a different type of event, you know what I mean? It was like the culmination of this thing But at the same time, I guess so was Black Panther in a way. Like, so, yeah. But anyway, it was a good movie. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. But I'm not going to talk about it too much because, again, I think that invites spoilers and things. Yo! What is up? Draco's Domain, a.k.a. Demon Gone. Welcome, dude. How's it going? Again, congratulations on all the recent successes within your life on the romance side. It was such a good movie. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I saw it at 7 p.m. last night. Beautiful, beautiful. It's also a long weekend here in Canada, so... it's a long weekend in America, too, this weekend, right? I think? Because we have Family Day, but I don't think you guys have that. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I won't lie. My American knowledge of holidays does not stem that far. But, boop, 2:30 and 3:12. No shiny. Cheerleader Squid, I'm so excited to finish it. I'm honestly so proud of this. I can't wait to see it. Fluff Puff. Call the type Null. Gladion. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I probably not, honestly. But who knows? Who knows? It's definitely possible. So far, I've only gotten a shiny Mudkip, not by hunting, and a shiny... Wait, so you got a shiny Mud... Well, you could have gotten it through trade or something, I guess, as well. But if you just got it, like, you just, like, picked a Mudkip in, like, Oras, and it was shiny, that's incredible. You can still play Mario Kart Wii online with the use of, Wii MMFI. Okay. Oh, we have President's Day. Okay, true. You know what? I actually feel like, Canada was like, man... The U.S. gets, like, a February holiday, and we don't. Because Family Day is, like, a really new thing. Like, when I was a kid, Family Day did not exist. So, I do feel like that's part of it, for sure. Maybe. Is that you guys had a holiday, and Canada was like, we should give our people a holiday, too. But we don't have presidents, so what do? And they were like, Family Day. It's cool, though. There's something on Monday, I just know I don't get off work for it. And that's kind of like Family Day, too, in a way. And not even all of Canada gets Family Day. Fun fact. I already had Family Day, right? Because in certain provinces, it's during certain weeks than others. It's super weird. It's not a universal thing. It's like provincial. But that's none of my business. Thank you for the sub and welcome to the Stampede. I'm also happy I got back into streaming recently. Even Royboy popped by. Oh, seriously? That's amazing, dude. Congratulations. I will definitely have to check out one. If I assume, like, do you have a schedule up again or? I mean, I'm assuming you're going to stream again at some point, regardless of schedule or not. And I will try to be there. I'll try to be there. Yo, what's up, Zane? Welcome. Oh, Stan, have you seen my new profile pic? It's just me screaming, which is 100% accurate. I think I did. Did you post it in Royboy's server? Because I've been creeping. Oh, Radar, thank you for the sub, and welcome to the Stampede. I've been creeping Royboy's server a lot more. Roy's server is actually so much fun on Discord. I have to say, he definitely. He has, like, the craziest community, but I love everybody in that community so much. And it's just so much fun. Canada could have had Prime Minister Day. We could have... Yeah, you know, you're right. I don't think it rolls off the tongue quite as well as, like, President. But maybe. I don't know. I've been trying to get Shiny Rowlet and Poipole for a few weeks. I hope I can get them soon. Well, yeah, I hope you can get them as well. I think that'd be awesome. Both great-looking Shinies. I just started playing Earthbound, and honestly, this game is super weird, and I love it. Yeah, Earthbound is amazing. I love, like, when you're done playing it, if you don't already, which you might be, because you might be like me, definitely check out, like, the lore of the game, the making of it, behind the scenes, and, like, some of the influence on it. It's super, super messed up, but also really fascinating and kind of cool. But yeah, Shigesato Itoi is a very, very interesting person. With a crazy story. So, like, if you're not aware of that stuff, you should look into it. If you are, then I mean, yeah. But, hey, Stan, I caught a shiny Registeel yesterday. Nice, Spatial Ren. Congrats on that. Yeah, I did. And your comment of if Roy was an insect, he would be a giraffe killed me. I post some very random things in Roy's server for sure. So I guess I'm not creeping as much as I think. I definitely post things once in a while. But, yeah, he definitely... I mean, it's true, though. He's a very tall man, that Roy boy. One of the girls for Persona 5, I forgot her name, the one with the glasses and the orange hair, looks so much like the Inkling girl. Yeah. I mean, we have Victoria Day, that's Queen Day. True, good point, actually. That's, May 2-4, right? You're correct about that. There are some that we get that Americans don't get. Like, we definitely don't get Martin Luther King Jr. Day. and things like that. So like there are some holidays for perspective, you know. We get Canada Day, you guys get 4th of July, things like that for sure. 77% of Pokédex completed, 23% to go. Nice, nice, congrats. It's gonna be so satisfying when you finally complete that. And how tall even is Roy? Roy is unfortunately for him 6'4", just like the DK game he refuses to play. But yeah, I've been watching Rick and Morty. I love it so far. It is actually a really, really great show. I feel like poor Rick and Morty, it's like hit this like critical mass thing last summer with season 3, where it kind of like it delved into the like you know, there's certain fan bases that can just get like overly excited about their creation, and it can bring a whole like the vast majority, like 95% of the fan base are great people who just love the show, but there's like 5% who really go overboard and kind of give like the rest a bad rap. And I think you saw that kind of boil over last summer with the Szechuan sauce and all that. So that's a little unfortunate, but it still does not take away from how good the show is. Like the show is still incredible. So yeah, I've been bored today. Calum, well, I hope I can entertain you somewhat with this shiny type Null stream. On my DS, I'm looking for a shiny Pansear. Why Pansear specifically? Any reason? Thank you, Calum. Sorry I'm a little late today. Is one of these the Ultra Games? Yes. And what's up, Shakesy? How's it going? Yeah, Roy's very tall. Roy's very, very tall, Fluff. He's he's taller than me. I think like everyone who's ever drawn like fan art of me and Roy typically makes me taller. I think just because I'm older and sometimes have kind of a weird white guy beard. But Roy legitimately, like, he is much taller than me. He's probably about 6 inches on me, like half a foot. Yeah, I'm like 5'10", he's 6'4", so that's quite a bit of a jump. We have National Sports Day, which is a holiday on the 13th of February. Oh, true, yeah. So we don't have that. Different places all over the world definitely celebrate different holidays based on the histories of their countries, as well as just you know, other things that the government might impose. Hey Stan, how are you? What's up, Rye? I'm good. How are you doing? I had a good weekend. I saw Black Panther. I got to last night. I hung out with some of my, so not the friends that I've seen Black Panther with, but some of my other friends from like high school and stuff. And that was really cool. That was really fun. I finally tried out Fortnite Battle Royale for the first time yesterday with Neon. He kind of like, you know, walked me through it. And yeah, it's actually really, you guys weren't kidding. Anyone who was like, yo, do you play Fortnite? Do you play Fortnite? Yeah, I guess I can say I do now. I don't want it to, I'm going to be super busy this week, so I can't let it take over my life, but I really, really do enjoy it. I'm playing on PS4, by the way, because as you guys know, I'm an awful PC gamer, but it's been really fun so far. We actually won yesterday, too. We won in a squad, so that was really fun. My first, not my first game playing, but like I think my first, like my 5th game playing or something. We got first. We got first place thanks to good teammates, not me. I did get the last kill though. I did get the final kill, so that was pretty cool. I'm 6'3", so close enough. I mean, yeah, like it feels like I'm probably definitely one of the shorter people. Like I feel like Connor, like Kaninja, I think he's like 6 foot, right? Like Black Panther is really good. It was so good, man. It was so good. I'm trying not to like I do feel like, because I know a lot of the theaters sold out, a lot of people weren't able to see it this weekend, so I don't want to like talk too much about it right now, just because I feel kind of like it could invite or get people's expectations one way or another, and I don't like to do that. But man, oh man, do I want to talk about that movie. I might actually do a kind of review on it, but we'll see. Because I want to like talk about it and some theories I have about it. I just got done. I have over 200 wins. Nice, Ryan. Nice. I think the shiny gods hate me. I'm at 8103 encounters for a shiny on Route 1 in Ultra. Oh my god, that is brutal, Toad. That's double the odds, right? Man, you poor soul. Are you gonna stream some? Well, so the thing is, I want to. I kind of do, because I think I would get some enjoyment out of that, and I think there is an audience there who would want to see me stream Fortnite for sure. It's like the most popular game right now, bar none. However, I don't really have a big enough desk to stream PS4 games, which is why I started doing Overwatch stuff and then I had to stop. And I started doing Mario Galaxy, or Odyssey, sorry, stuff, and then I had to stop because, like, my desk isn't big enough, and I actually, while playing Odyssey, my PC, or not my PC, my screen for, like my TV screen that I would use to play the game, like, fell, and it actually cracked, and it was, like, a new-ish screen, and so, like, I just don't have the space to do it, but, if I could get a bigger desk, maybe, I'll think about it. Fortnite is the best. It's, yeah, it's really fun. I was surprised, like, and my thing with Fortnite that I was always really scared of was the crafting mechanics of it. But it's actually really, really fun. And, like, once you, especially in Battle Royale, you don't really use it that much. Like, yeah, when it comes down to, like, you know, you're one of the few remaining, like, people or squads or whatever, for sure, it is used a lot more. But, for the most part, I find it's more survival, and then you worry about crafting later on. Mind you, that's why I don't win a lot of my own, but, Roy has a server. He does have a Discord server. Yeah, man, you would actually really enjoy Roy's Discord server, because it's very, it's definitely un-PC. Like, it's definitely, you can just say what you want, when you want. Like, it's definitely, it's like a gag server a lot of the time, but it's also got, like, a heart to it. Like, it's got a really cool community. Some of the conversations there are really fun. You know, a lot of the guys play PUBG on it, but, it definitely is a lot less, like, controlled than mine, because I have to have mine that way, because we have a younger audience, right? But, it's really fun. It's really fun, Odd Sauce. You should definitely join up. There's guaranteed, if he pops in asking for a link, if not, I'll get you a link at the end of this stream, and send it to you on Discord. Do you have an Amazon wish list or a P.O. box? I do. Well, I have an Amazon wish list. I don't make that public. I don't have a P.O. box, though, unfortunately. I would love to, but the thing is, in Canada, for whatever reason, it's super expensive to have a P.O. box. Maybe it is the same in America, but it's, like, really, really expensive to have one here. And although I do know there's, like, a few people in the community who, like, they would really want to send me something, and especially artwork I've heard a lot of, and I love that, like, honestly. However, I just don't know if, like, long term it'd be worth it to open, like, a 6-month P.O. box, just for, like, a day, I guess. Like, I don't feel like I'm a big enough streamer, I guess, or a big enough personality to really warrant that yet. One day maybe, but I do think there was a time during the initial Sun and Moon boom where I could have opened it up and it would have been, like, worth it. But right now, I think it's probably just better to you know, send me this, like, at least the fan art and stuff online, on Discord, on Twitter, things like that. And if we do keep growing or something like that, then who knows? But I do also, of course, have to shout out Wolfger Lionel for another donation. Thank you, Wolfger. Also, during some trading on my Pokemon level to level 100, I got a shiny Golduck on random encounter. Nice. Man, you're so lucky. Would be more hype for it if I didn't already have a shiny Golduck. However, I'm not one to ever turn my nose away from a shiny. Of course, I'm the same way. You're not going to say no, even if it's maybe not the one you're after. But either way, thank you so much again, Wolfger Lionel. Also, Vic Skyblock Gaming, thank you for your sub. But Wolfger Lionel hype. Do bad unboxing, like, I don't think I would really have bad unboxing, though. But that's what I mean. I think it'd just be, like, all amazing stuff. I really, like, I know some people have talked about, you know, sending plushes or sending Pokemon cards or things like that. And I think that would be so cool. I don't think it's, like, it's, like, imperative right now, you know? That's all. But I really do, like, the fact that there's even, like, one person out there who wants to send me something, like, that's amazing to me. Like, I definitely do not take that for granted. I just wish, like, Canada Post didn't make it such a pain, you know? I'd probably send you knit sweaters and sushi coupons. Nice, nice. Just address it to Stan in Canada. I'm sure he'd get it. You know, it might happen. It might happen. Bye, Stan. Work calls. Good luck with the hunt. Thank you, Chloe. Enjoy your shift. I hope it's a decent one. It's not too stressful or anything. And, yeah, have a great rest of your weekend. And if it's a long weekend, enjoy that as well. Hey there, Stan. Good luck on the hunt. Bernardo, thank you. Thank you so much. Come on, Stan. Don't sell yourself short. It's not, it just, I think it's, like, more just being realistic. Like, trust me, I definitely, we don't have a small community. We have a pretty decent sized community, but I still do think for a P.O. box, like, most personalities I see on the internet don't get a P.O. box until they're at, like, you know, 500,000 subs-esque, or, like, when they definitely know the community is a little bit, more there all the time, I guess. Like, and again, that's not a slight. I'm just saying, like, we are a, you know, we're like definitely a middle community in terms of size, but I like that because it means I can actually give individual attention to people. I know most of you guys by name. I know, like, you know, a few things about you. I know your stories. I know your background. Like, I think that's really cool, and I think that's something that I never want to take for granted, you know? I've been hunting for Oshawott for 3 years. Wow. One day you will get it. Do you consider yourself more of a realistic person or an ideal person? I think it depends. I think it depends on the situation. I think definitely in certain terms, like YouTube, and just, like, you know, like my value towards things and stuff, I think definitely I'm more realistic about things. I do, however, think that in terms of aspiring, that I'm ideal. Like, I think, like, when I think of myself in the present, I'm typically realistic minded, but when I think of the future, I'm idealistic. So I think it definitely switches for sure. All right. But yeah, that's a great question, Luke. That's actually a really good question. P.O. boxes are pricey. I got a dorm box in my college, so it's much cheaper. True. Why is there only 10 likes? Is there only 10 likes? We can change that. Drop a like on the video if you haven't done so already, please, and thank you, my friends. Chat's quiet today. I think it's actually going pretty good. I think there was like a small lull there, but I think overall it's pretty nice today. Some really good questions today. I gotta head out. Got college in like 5 hours. Good luck on the shiny hunt. Shiny. Find that shiny. Thank you, Demon Gone, aka Draco's Domain. Have a great rest of your day. Good luck with college, and it was great seeing you, man. I definitely gotta pop in to a stream if I see you going live at any point soon. Take care, and I'll see you around, dude. I'll see you around for sure. Hey, Stan, I just got a new 3DS and Ultra Sun, and I'm loving it. Nice, Jeff. Nice. It is a fun game. It's a fun game, and I'm glad. I'll continue my Blacephalon hunt for a bit. Nice, Liam. Nice. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? How did I even, what? I accidentally went into Pokemon. Okay. When are you gonna have merch again? We will see. I don't know. It's like, I mostly sell merch when I feel like there's enough of demand out there to sell merch. So we're not quite at that point again, for sure. But one day for sure. Stan, did you break everything again? No. Although, you know, knock on wood, so far we've been pretty good in terms of, it's the capture cards all it does. I have one really finicky 2DS capture card, and it's like the littlest, like, tap the wrong way, and the thing just shuts down completely. It just, like, it's the worst, but also, I can't be too mad at it because, like, it did save me when my 3DS capture card broke. So, like, you know, without that, we wouldn't have been able to do the 10-hour stream. We wouldn't have been able to have such amazing, like, memories post-Poiple. So, yeah, I mean, it's you know, I can't give it too much crap. Also, I was able to get footage of black and white. So, yeah. Can't be too harsh on it, but it still is a pain in the butt, for sure. You did, you goof. I am the demand. Well, we'll see. Like, there's definitely a little bit of demand, but I definitely want to. I want to see where the channel kind of goes and if it grows at all. I want to definitely upload some more videos and change up some things, I think, soon with my videos. I definitely feel Pokemon'd out, I think, after the black and white review. I still definitely love Pokemon, and I'm obviously still shiny hunting Pokemon. Though shiny hunting and Pokemon, like, doing playthroughs and stuff, and talking about, like, top 10s and things like that, are a little bit different to me. So I'm definitely not as like, you know, like, shiny hunting doesn't wear me out, especially in, like, these little, like, smaller 2.5 hour streams. But, like, Pokemon, I'm definitely gonna take a small break from. I'm gonna focus on other things of the channel. And for a while at least, probably till the summer at least, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Zaxar Redskin, thank you for the sub and welcome to the Stampede. Still crying that not only do I have a Switch, but I also have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Thank you, Island Bros. Thank you. Hateem, what up? Duck season, rabbit season, type null season. Nice. Classic Looney Tunes. I want more random 10 hoodies. Yo, I actually wore mine for only probably the second time ever yesterday, and it's so soft. It is so soft. It smells good. I've washed it at this point. Like, it's the best. It's the best hoodie ever. I legitimately, though, I love this hoodie so much. Taguchin's art is just amazing. Sandy, if you jump on the fake Pokemon for 8th gen hype, make a video about fake Pokemon. See, I don't really want to do that. I think that's kind of disingenuous in a way. I'm definitely one of those people who's like, why, because trust me, there are so many Pokemon YouTubers out there who know that they're fake, but they still, not all of them, some are very apparent and are like, these are fakes, but let's discuss them because they're like good fakes. But there's some people who are literally trying to trick people, it seems, into watching their videos, you know, and I don't think that's the right thing. I don't think that's going to promote longevity. I think that's a horrible way to build a community, is on lies, basically, or at least deceit. Maybe not lies, but at least deceit. And yeah, absolutely, Hot Sauce, absolutely. It's, you know, Pokemon's amazing, obviously. I owe a great debt to it. My channel would not be what it is. This community would not be what it is without Pokemon. Like, that, I don't, like, I'll always love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I will eventually, knowing me, have a flip, like, the Switch will flip again, and I'll be right back into the Pokemon hype, especially as we get closer to an eventual Switch game. But yeah, just for a little while, I'm definitely gonna, you know, move away from Pokemon, I think, and focus on some other things. What those things are, we'll see. I have many ideas, but it's in actual, like, you know, execution that we'll see. I wore my Solgaleo hoodie on the bus yesterday, and I found out that the bus driver also likes Pokemon. That's awesome. That's always cool when you, like, yeah, when you, like, run into something, or someone, sorry, and you like, you know, you can tell that they have that thing in common with you. So Stan, are you trying to get 2 shiny type nulls? Are you just trying to increase your chances? Just increase my chances. I don't actually need 2 shiny type nulls. Yeah, I just need one. I'll take one if you know, the Game Freak gods wanna bless us with a beautiful, beautiful you know, golden or rustic shiny type null. I'll take it. I'll take it. You should make a DK64 review. I've always kind of considered it but then I also know, knowing Roy, he's the type of dude who I would do that as a joke, but he would literally say, now I'm not going to make a review on DK64 because you already said everything that is to be said. He's very much like that, for sure, Roy. We love him. We love him. Yo, what's up, Quarters? How's it going? But he definitely, yeah, he's like, if I do DK64, he won't want to do DK64 for at least a year. And but by that point, he would just, yeah. So that's the only reason that stops me from talking about DK64. Or most DK things in general. Because I actually love the Donkey Kong Country series. Tropical Freeze, I know, it's actually starting to get a bit of, like, a resurgence. It will be on the Switch very soon. It's one of the best platformers I've ever played in my life. Maybe the best 2D platformer I've ever played in my life. And it's so different than Mario. Like, it's so, like, unforgiving in a way. Like, it's got a weight to it in your movement, but it's so satisfying when you actually, like, figure out what you figure out. But even, I mean, Donkey Kong Country 2, sorry, is one of my favorite games of all time. Top 5 favorite games of all time. Grew up on that game at my babysitter's. That was, like, my go-to on the Super Nintendo. And, yeah. I keep forgetting that the only person with a weird name in my Earthbound save is Paula. I named her Patot. How come? Managed to finish the main story of Sun and shiny hunting for type Null right now, actually. Nice, nice. Congrats. Man, I used to play Tropical Freeze with a friend, but I dropped it. I should go back and finish it. It is really solid. And, like, I 100%ed it. And it's one of the few games, like, I don't really care. There's, like, so, I'm weird. Most games, I just want to, like, play through for the experience. But there's certain games, if I like a game, like, if I really like a game, I have to see everything and do everything in that game. I have to complete it. It's no different than, like, Sun and Moon, like, I really want to get every single shiny that is in the new, like, the new Pokemon for Sun and Moon, which we're getting very close to, by the way. We have Type Null, Passimian, Oranguru, Delmise, and Kamala left, I believe. I managed to finish the main story of Sun and Shiny hunting for Type Null right now. Nice, nice. I played Returns on the Wii and 3DS. It's so fun. It is really good. It is, but Tropical Freeze to me is even, like, better. My one flaw is just, like, the villains in it are kind of forgettable. They definitely should have, if they had just, like, brought back the Kremlings, it would have been so cool, but I don't know. It seems Nintendo doesn't want to do that because that's, like, part of the Rare era. I don't know. But, yeah, that would have been so cool if it was just, like, the Kremlings. Oh, well. Oh, well. What can you do, right? I got Tropical Freeze for my 18th birthday. My brother and I played it all day. Great game. It is. It's really good. Jamarly, what's up? I lost my complete living dex, so I'm going to try for a shiny living dex. That is kind of insane, but I like it. I like the way you think. I wish you the best of luck on that. Watch the Wii U become stupidly rare and become more valuable than it was originally worth. See, here's the thing, though. Originally, I would have said yes, not to the Wii U as a system, but to the Wii U's gaming library. Like, I definitely could have seen games like Tropical Freeze really, really starting to, like, go up in price. However, Nintendo's literally re-released, like, they basically just killed the Wii U forever. Like, most of the good games, though, like 50% of the, like, phenomenal games have either been re-released or have been announced for re-release. So, like, I'm kind of thinking that there won't be, I mean, there will be guaranteed a few super gems that come out of the Wii U, that, like, they would, like, they're not first party, they're not even, like, second party, there's some sort of, like, weird third party, maybe Japanese-esque. Like, I could actually see one day Xenoblade, is it X? Xenoblade Chronicles X? The one on Wii U, I could see that becoming a rare game, especially the special edition of that. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting, though. It'll be interesting. Which is why I won't make a rarest Wii U games for at least a very long time. Because, like, it's, you know, it's still too early to call it. The Wii U was a good system. It just wasn't advertised well. Yeah, it definitely was a nice step up from the Wii, for sure. I definitely enjoyed it. But I think, I don't know if I would even call it a good system, but it was definitely a really good, it had an amazing software library, especially of, like, first-party and second-party titles, I found. And that was the shame in it. It was, like, it had some amazing games, things like Splatoon, you know, like Smash 4 was great, Super Mario 3D World was solid for, like, multiplayer and stuff, Skyward Sword was Wii, but still, it had some really, really solid things. And then even, like, Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2, like, it had some really, really solid things. But it then, like, with the Switch just, like, remaking most of the games, or repurposing them, I should say, not really remaking them, but, it kind of loses that one thing it had is becoming part of the Switch, which is smart on Nintendo's part, because it makes the Switch continue to be a hot property, even though Nintendo's kind of sitting right now just like, we need Pokemon, we need Fire Emblem, we need Metroid, we need, like, they're kind of like twiddling their thumbs, and so, like, in the interim, they're like, to keep this Steam hot, we'll basically just remake the Wii U's, like, entire library of games and put them out. Still holding out for a Wonderful 102. If they re-release Wonderful 101 on the Nintendo Switch, then I could see them making a sequel. Kind of like what they did with, like, Splatoon 1 and 2. Although, I guess, I guess maybe they didn't actually ever re-release Splatoon 1, did they? But kind of similar to that, you know what I'm saying. I thought the Wii U was good. It was an okay system, but comparatively speaking to the PS4 or the Xbox One, it was kind of, you know, but whereas the Switch, I think, has that thing that even though it's not quite on par technologically as the PS4 or Xbox One, I would still prefer it. I would rather use that to watch video, to browse the internet, like things like that, and to play games, of course, because of the portability factor. But the Wii U, I definitely found myself I had a Wii U and my brother had a PS4, and I found as the console went on, like post Smash 4 era, other than Splatoon, really, I found I really didn't go back to that console much. I mostly stuck to my PS4, even for the things of like Crunchyroll and Netflix and things like that. And that was kind of, I think, the point. Whereas I think with my Switch, I will be, when Netflix and internet and things like that do come out, I will use that console before any other console because it's portable. It's, you know. I bet you Rise of Lyric will become rare because it didn't sell very well, so it might become worth hundreds. It could. But that's the thing. That's the best part about rare things. It's always the ones that you least suspect. Hopefully Nintendo gives us more info about the new Fire Emblem. I was expecting that in January. I would wager we see something at E3, for sure. That would be my guess for Fire Emblem Switch, or whatever it's going to be called. Sorry. I like the Wii U, but I feel it was unnecessary. It's literally the equivalent of a mobile app update, except this costs $300. I would disagree with you a little bit on that. I do think it was a nice foray into kind of like that mobility that they eventually got right with the Switch, but it wasn't far enough, and I think that's obvious, and I think that shows. But I know what you're saying, but at the same time, even like just smaller things, like even as like a YouTuber, streamer, someone who wants to get like footage, using the Wii U backwards with the Wii is so much better than using the Wii. Like the Wii, unless you buy like a special cable, it like you don't get HDMI out of it, really. It like the footage, the quality of the footage just isn't that nice. It's not that. So just as a machine, it was definitely a step forward. It wasn't quite enough, I guess, in my opinion. But again, the library of games is what really set it apart for me, and I loved, like, in terms of the game, Mario Kart 8 was such like. But anyway, the point is, the Switch is kind of stealing all that thunder. So I mean, and in some ways that's good because it's like, hey, like you're gonna get this game that was really good, and if you missed out on it, here's your chance. But on the other hand, it's like, man, like it is gonna, I think, take away from the Wii U's legacy. The one thing it had going for it is gonna become kind of marred. That's all. And that is true, Supersonic Chow. It did not have as much shovelware. That is very true. I will argue, though, I do think the Wii U also never really had that one game. You know what I mean? Like where the Wii had Super Mario Galaxy, the N64 had Ocarina of Time, the GameCube had, well, I mean, you could say the GameCube was kind of a lot like the Wii U in that sense, where there wasn't one game that just kind of like was the face of the console. And by the way, the Wii had many great games, and the Nintendo 64 had many great games, but there was like that one that was really like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey are both two of those games for the Switch right now, currently. But like I found the Wii U, it had a variety, like an array. Like I wouldn't say Smash 4 was necessarily the most popular or best Smash game universally, but it was like amazing. And I wouldn't say Splatoon was the best first-person shooter. It didn't revolutionize anything by any means, but it was amazing. Like it's that kind of you know, it was that kind of console. It was like so good across so many areas instead of being so amazing in one, if that makes any sense. To me, again. Wish you had PUBG stand. Feels bad, man. I might, though, Barley. I might. I'm playing Fortnite right now on PS4. Once I get kind of used to that, who knows, man? PUBG could just be like a click away. I feel like GameCube's game was Twilight Princess. See, I don't think so, because most people played that game on the Wii. So I think that's really hard to make that argument when I think probably 2/3 of people who played Twilight Princess didn't even experience it on its console, in the same way that most people are going to always tie Breath of the Wild to the Switch when it is actually a Wii U game. It's a port of a Wii U game, which is hilarious to me. But yeah. Yo, what's up, Matt? I will actually say the Wii's signature software is actually Wii Sports. That is the game that would like revolutionize that console. So I shouldn't say it didn't have one. Or I said it was Mario Galaxy. Critically, yes, but overall, like for the pop culture landscape, it was definitely Wii Sports. GameCube was either Super Mario Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion. See, I know a lot of people who didn't play those games because they had a PS2 instead. That's why I'm saying I don't think they're definitely not Ocarina of Times or Breath of the Wilds or or like a Wii Sports. They're not these like crazy big universal like Triumph games. They're not niche quite, but they're definitely kind of like, I don't even want to say black sheeps, but just like underappreciated games. I want to say like they're not. No one ever talks about Sunshine in the way that they talk about Galaxy or 64 or even now Odyssey, I think. And that's nothing against that game. The only people who do are people who grew up with that game and really, really like adored it from a, but not really like universally in the same way, I want to say. And by the way, might I just add, I love The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. In many ways, I think it is maybe the best Zelda game ever made, but I still think, I feel the same way about that I feel about Super Mario Sunshine, where even though it's a great game, I don't think it got truly, it never became like a pop culture moment as a game in our industry. And I think that is the sad part. And I feel the same way about Sunshine. I wonder if the Wii was to the GameCube what the Switch is to the Wii U. For me, my favorite game was Twilight Princess, which is on both and better on Wii. It'll be very, very interesting to see, yeah, what they think in terms of that, right? Sunshine was so good I had a PS2 and a Cube. See, I didn't get a GameCube until like 2006 when the Wii was already out, or maybe it was even 2007. So yeah, I never actually got a GameCube until later, but I had friends who had one, and I had a babysitter, and I played Melee all the time. I played I played Sunshine. I played a little bit of Luigi's Mansion, although that is one game I should probably play more of. Mario Kart Double Dash, you know, things like that. I love Sunshine, and I'm not saying it's a bad game by any means. I think it's a great game. I just don't think it's gonna like last the test of time in the same way that like 64 and Galaxy and Odyssey have done and probably will do. Also, I'm like I'm like losing my voice this stream. It's so weird. See, I don't do a Thursday stream, and my body's like, Stan, rest your vocal cords. Who are more salty? Splatoon players or COD players? Definitely COD players, because I think like in Splatoon, there's a lot of times where you don't necessarily feel like you were at fault, which maybe would create more rage. But I feel like where Call of Duty, most times, if you mess up, it's more so on you, and it's something that like you're penalized harder for. Like Splatoon, I feel like if you die, it's not the worst thing in the world if you have a few deaths, but where like COD, I think like it's a lot more like infuriating when you die. But again, maybe that's just my perspective on it. Luigi's Mansion was my jam. Can I have a shout out? It's my birthday. Anthony Plays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. I hope it's a great day. I hope you have, you know, some sort of a cake or pastry to celebrate. I hope you get lots of presents. I hope you get spoiled. Good food, good friends, good fun, good family. All the Fs. Is a Wingle any level? What do you mean? Wind Waker surprised me with how good it was. Me too, but after the fact. Like, I played a little Wind Waker, but I never really got past the first, like, Forbidden Fortress area. Not because I couldn't, but just because, like, I didn't own the game. I was always playing it, like, at babysitter's or something, and so, like, I don't know. It was just, yeah, it was one of those things. I never really got further than that. But as I got older, and when I was in high school, I went back and played Wind Waker. I borrowed it from Neon, and man, oh man, I fell in love with that game so hard. In many ways, like, Ocarina of Time will always be my favorite Zelda game, just because it's pure nostalgia. There's no... Breath of the Wild is a better game than it. Wind Waker is a better game than Ocarina of Time. Twilight Princess is technically, objectively speaking, it is a better game, but I still don't think it like, for its time and what it did, I don't think it's a better game, like, if you compare them in their times. But they're both amazing. But the point is, Ocarina of Time is my Zelda game. It's the one I grew up on. It's the one that was so mysterious to me. I think I read, or I watched, I think I watched, it was, yeah, a really good video about Dragon Ball Z yesterday by Super Eye Patch Wolf. And it was about just, like, the nostalgia of it, and how back then, when we were like growing up watching Dragon Ball Z, like people in my generation, there was a mystery to it. Like, you couldn't just watch a YouTube video and immediately fill in the blanks. You couldn't just go on, I mean, you could technically go on the internet, but I don't think many kids did that. Like, some did, but I don't think the vast majority did. So it was like, you just kind of like came into the series with really no idea what was going on, but you knew something was happening, and you knew there was an epic quest to do something, whether it was Frieza or Cell or even the Saiyan Saga. Even if you just came in at the very beginning of Z, you still kind of would have no idea what was going on, because there was like flying clouds, there was Saiyans, there was Piccolo was just a random green guy. Like, if you didn't watch Dragon Ball, which you couldn't have in North America. But anyway, so the point is, I feel like in a lot of ways that was kind of what like Red and Blue and Gold and Silver as Pokemon games were, and what Ocarina of Time was for a lot of people in the 90s. Like, I know that's hard to picture, but there was a time before, like, we just didn't have the internet. We didn't have all the answers, and you had to like piece it together on your own and kind of and like that mystery of it was kind of like finding out like the Shadow Temple in the well, and like how to get the Biggoron sword, or how to get Missing No in Pokemon Red and Blue, or discover certain of like legendaries and stuff in Gold and Silver. Like, those kind of things are what I think like really it adds to this like community feel overall. And the mystery of it is what keeps you intrigued. It keeps you coming back for more. And that was so cool. And I think that's what Ocarina of Time did for me, that maybe other games did for other people. Like maybe Mario Sunshine for some people with secrets in that game. But the point is like, there was a time of like, and that was a really cool time to be in, where you had to kind of like be self-sufficient and trade stories with other people. Super Eye Patch Wolf is amazing. Man, his like talks on JoJo is what made me watch JoJo. Like, his video on Yu Yu Hakusho made me watch Yu Yu Hakusho, and like made me fall in love. I'd already watched Hunter x Hunter, but it really gave me this appreciation of Togashi that I didn't have before then, and now I consider Yu Yu Hakusho to be among maybe my, like, I love that show and that series. I've never read the manga, maybe I should, because I've heard there's certain elements but man, oh man, it made me start reading the Hunter x Hunter manga. Like, that's how much of an effect like that one video had on me. Yeah, he's amazing. I've recently gone back to Dragon Ball, the original series, and I've come to appreciate it more on how grounded and well fleshed out the characters and fights used to be. Yeah, I feel like everything, well, like Z, even like minus the Boo Saga, I feel like Z still had like a nice build up and a nice characterization of everything. Like, the stakes felt higher. It's something you don't see in Super now. It's like, I was thinking about it, like in Super, it just, everything's a foregone conclusion. They're like, the stakes don't really feel that high. Like, even speaking right now on the Tournament of Power arc, I don't want to give too much away, obviously, because there's some people who aren't caught up, but like, just, if you know about the Tournament of Power arc at all, you know that there's this guy named Jiren, you know that there's Goku, and you could have, if you were a betting man, you'd probably at the very beginning bet that, alright, Goku and this Jiren guy are going to face off 1v1, and Goku's going to have to overcome his current form to beat him. Like, if I had to predict the most obvious, like, if I had to place money on how that arc would end, that's how I would place money on it. And I don't want to spoil anything, but lo and behold, it doesn't differ that much. The only surprise that Dragon Ball Super has really had so far for me, the Zamasu arc had a little bit of that stuff, admittedly, but the only real surprise in the Tournament of Power arc so far was Android 17. Was not expecting as cool of a role. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but like, it was very, very, he was more fleshed out than I thought he would be. Other than that, though, it's pretty much playing, where like, I don't think you could say the same thing about the Cell arc. Like, when they start the Cell arc and Future Trunks shows up, and he's like talking to Goku and all that about the androids, I don't think anyone could have, like, at the beginning of that arc been like, you know what? I think that this is going to end with a Hulk Hogan guy getting all the glory for beating this, like this weird android type being that absorbed two other androids that we haven't even seen yet, that aren't the same androids that we were led to believe would be the end. Like, it strays so far, there's so much like things that change and evolve. Mind you, some of that apparently is because of Akira Toriyama's editors and like his staff forced him to kind of keep evolving. But that's good, I think. Where, like, Super is just kind of like, I don't know. It's not the same, you know? Watching Super Eye Patch Wolf kind of, like, instilled that in me. That, like, Super, it's amazing, but it's not the same type of amazing, you know? And also, I gotta thank Nathan Herring for the sub. Welcome, Nathan, to the Stampede. Yeah, DBZ jumped the shark with Super Saiyan 3. A little bit. Gotta go, guys. My battery's dying. Good luck, Stan. Thank you, Shiesty. And thank you for tuning in and listening to me rant about DBZ and the Wii U and all that. I do appreciate you. And I will be streaming next Tuesday, so look forward to that, my friend. I remember playing Majora's Mask on the 64 when I wasn't old enough to read yet. And my grandma would sit and read the whole game to me like, oh, that's amazing, Fluff Puff. And that's actually an amazing reason to, like, make that one of your... Yeah, that's an incredible story, honestly. I don't know, Stan. That arc is kind of a tough sell. The Cell arc? Oh my god. Blade with the puns. It never ends. Oh, see? There we go. Finally, the 3DS capture, or the 2DS capture card went wonky on me. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's close this down. We can still do the other one. All right. All right, give me 2 seconds to reopen. There we go. 3 hours later. Yeah, true. Maybe JoJo spoiled me, but I wish the Dragon Ball lore moved forward instead of keeping Goku. And I think that was what it was supposed to be. And now it's, yeah, I completely agree with you. And another one of my issues with Super specifically, especially with this tournament of Power Arc, is that Goku and Vegeta obviously started towards the end of the Buu arc in Z, and even in some of, like, the Battle of Gods movie and Return of F arc, really, like, those movies, really, it was clear that, like, they were just leaps and bounds above anybody else in the Z fighters. Like, it wasn't even close. It was like they would stall for time kind of things, but, like, it wasn't even close. Like, Goku and Vegeta were just far beyond. But all of a sudden in the Universe of Power arc, and even with Trunks in the Zamasu arc, they all of a sudden were just able to, like, make up this ground and be as strong as, you know, like, the only way that, like, Goku and Vegeta can, like, go match to match with Jiren is like by going Super Saiyan God Blue, which is apparently, like, just this, you know, it's the powers of a god. But meanwhile, like, you know, Android 17 can trade punches with Jiren and it's fine. But he got absorbed by Cell, who wasn't even perfect at that point. Not even close to perfect at that point, actually. And they needed a Super Saiyan 2 to be that, and God is apparently, like, what, 4, like, above Super Saiyan? Like, it just, yeah, like, the power scaling got kind of ridiculous. Just to reinsert them in, like, they needed a plausible reason to, and I want to see more of the Z fighters, but they needed a plausible reason, which means either taking Goku and Vegeta out somehow. Like, that's what One Piece does, right? Or yeah, like, One Piece is a good example of that, I think, where Luffy's the most powerful person on the crew, for sure, but sometimes they have to figure out ways to you know, to kind of deal with that and kind of put him on the sidelines. And sometimes it doesn't work out well. Sometimes you're like, this is obvious padding. Skypiea is really, like, a parent of that. But for the most part, I think it works. I think Oda finds real reasons to kind of remove Luffy from a situation to make the threat strong and intimidating. But anyway, I think I've ranted too long about DBZ. But anyway, you should definitely check out this video. At the end of the stream, I might actually just post the video. If you're into DBZ at all or Dragon Ball, definitely check out Super Eye Patch Wolf and this video. Because it really did, like, make me rethink not only Z and how effective it was on a lot of things we see nowadays, but not just manga, like, and anime. Like just even in film, television, you're seeing the influence it had in terms of, like, story arc. Yeah, like, it also kind of opened my eyes to Super and what I think Super's missing. That, like, missing ingredient that Z had so right. Which, you could just argue that ingredient is Akira Toriyama, but I think there's more to it than just that. I want to see Zoro take on Luffy. That would be very interesting. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think like we got our Luffy Usopp fight, and I think that's really been like the. I don't think you'll see that again, though. Who knows? Because in the most recent arc, there's some stuff with one of the other crew members. So, but it doesn't, you know. Wait, I'll get the video. I watched DBZ Abridged. Watch this video. It is really good. Super Eye Patch Wolf is one of the best YouTubers I discovered last year. Very intelligent guy with a soft voice that has a lot of compassion and care. Put in his video, and he likes SSFF. He likes some of the cooler, like he likes some of the most popular anime, and he explains it really well. But then he also goes into like detail of some of the more, like, you know, maybe obscure, not even obscure, but you know what I mean, like maybe less appreciated anime. But yeah, I will say though, the one thing is, as a YouTuber, I can definitely tell that when he records, he purposely, he does a thing with his voice, and it's not natural. It's not natural, but like, but I get it. I get why he does that. He's trying to make his voice sound easy and inviting and things like that. But that's my one thing where I'm like, it's very like there's a reason. Like there's a certain thing you can tell, and probably you don't even have to be a YouTuber to tell, but like the way he especially ends videos and goes into this like, and that's why Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime of all time. Like it's that type of, which again, that's just storytelling, and I don't want to, but it's you can tell even like through the video itself, there is that certain level of just like, it is a quality, and you can tell that it's not completely natural, of even just like, you know, even just starting a video, like it'll be like, to me, Dragon Ball means everything. Like it's that type of, you know what I mean? It's that type of sort of inviting, like calmer. It is 30 minutes. It's a long video, but it is really good. Nice cheerleader, nice. That's how you should end the streams. That's how I should do it. Just like feign a slightly like Irish kind of accent, and yeah. I stopped watching DBZ after the first piece, but I think Saitama is probably the best character so far. Nice, Jeff. Nice. Yeah, sorry to anyone out there who doesn't really care about Dragon Ball or anime or anything like that. I definitely went on another one of my stan rants, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Even if I get one more person to watch that video, I think it's definitely cool. Nice, Jerry. Nice. Or Landon, sorry. I met him last year too. Didn't have a lot of time to talk to him, but he is nice. He seems like he'd be pretty nice. Although the one thing in the, how old is he? Do you know how old he is, Blade? Because like I always assumed he was like basically my age, but he sounds a little bit older because he said he was watching DBZ in high school, and I was watching DBZ in like, it wouldn't have even been middle school. It would have been like grade 2, grade 3. So I mean, like that, like how old is he? Is he in his 30s? Hello, Dark King Slayer. Random ASMR. Which Dragon Ball character is your favorite? Probably Future Trunks. I love Future Trunks. It's not even, it's weird. It's not so much the, there's two things that make Future Trunks my favorite character. And it might not be what you think. So the first is after the Frieza saga, and like Goku going Super Saiyan and everything, I was like blown, like that was so cool to me, and like that like changed the way I thought about like media forever. That like moment of like he just doesn't give up, and then he like ascends to something else, and it was also very cool, might I add, as a blonde-haired kid, admittedly. And I know that sounds so dumb, but like when you're like 7 years old and Goku goes blonde and I have spiky blonde hair, it was like, I was like, that's really cool. But then when Goku's out of the picture and you're like, this is really bad, like what is gonna happen to the Z Fighters? And then like Trunks shows up and you don't know who it's the mystery of who he was that really made, like Goku, I knew who Goku was, I knew what he was about, but Trunks I had no idea, and but he had the power of Goku, and I was like, this is insane, who is this guy? The same, like, that is the first reason. And the second reason is then learning about the backstory through the like the history of Trunks like special. And how gritty, and like that was maybe one of the first times I was ever introduced to like a post-apocalyptic kind of world through any medium, because I was still like 7 or 8 when I was watching that. So watching that, and I think my cousin showed it to me on the internet, which was, again, so it's tied not only to my, like, understanding of post-apocalyptic media and, like, time travel and things like that, having kind of my first experiences with that, but also my first experiences watching kind of something I maybe wasn't supposed to watch on the internet. And I don't mean something I'm not supposed, I mean, like, something that, like, it hadn't aired in Canada. Like, I wasn't supposed to watch it because none of my friends had watched it, but my cousin knew about, like, you know, certain things, and I was able to watch it through that, and that was so cool to me. So those two kind of things are intertwined, and they're both through Future Trunks, and that's also why the Cell Saga is probably my favorite of all of the sagas of DBZ, because of that mystery and that kind of learning, that, like, you know, what the world had to offer in terms of both media as well as the internet and what it could eventually become. Yeah, and just the memories with my cousin, right? Like, so that's a big part of it as well. I used to watch DBZ when I was 7 to 9 years old in the morning while my parents were sleeping, so they wouldn't know. I did a very similar thing with South Park, actually. Not in 7 to 9, but like 11, 12, my parents definitely did not want me watching that. But me and my brother, we definitely, like, snuck it or would find ways to, like, watch it. Even, like, at that point, I think, like, YouTube was starting to become, like, a real thing. And we would, like, see clips and stuff online, and yeah. Top 5, Goku, go. Yamcha. Yamcha's your favorite? Do you still have the Shiny Charm for both games? I have the Shiny Charm in one of these games. I don't have it on the right, but I do have it on the left. But apparently, it doesn't matter. Apparently, the Shiny Charm actually has no effect on this hunt at all, because it's a gift Pokemon. So, yeah. Allegedly, the odds are the same regardless of Shiny Hunt or not. The rarest buff boys in anime. Or I guess I could do, like, the Super Eye Patch Wolf and do the whole... Oh, yeah, no worries, Hot Sauce. Sorry, I missed you saying goodbye. But have a great time, dude. It was great talking to you. And we'll catch up for sure soon. And I will hit you up with a link to Roy's server if someone didn't provide that already. But, yeah. That's how I should definitely change the rarest. Instead of being, like, the rarest, which is super, like, rough and, like, grating to some people, I should definitely change it and be like, the rarest. And just be like, yeah. I just watched Rick and Morty on my phone. Beautiful, Supersonic Chat. Beautiful. Oh, no. No, Wolfger. Uh-oh. What's up, by the way? Shiny Cubone female. That's so unfortunate. Are you gonna go for it again? Late night at like 12, I would get up and turn on the TV and watch Naruto. I would have to have the TV on like one volume though. See, but like, doesn't that like make it more of like a mystery to you? Like, it's like this thing that you're not supposed to know about, and you're not supposed to be up watching, but you were anyway. And like, I think that like that ties to nostalgia in such a way that I don't know if like younger kids today who are growing up with like everything available, all information available at all times, are gonna have that like nostalgic factor as hard. We'll see. We will definitely see, but it just, I don't know. To me, it's like it's not quite the same, you know. Also, we are almost 100 further on the right than the left. That's hilarious. Nice ride, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, sure, Blade. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. You got my Discord. Hit me up whenever, like in the DMs, whenever. For sure. Hexaddy, what up? How's it going? I'm shiny hunting Guzzlord right now, and I'm not sure how I'm feeling. What's wrong, Bats and stuff? I remember when I would wake up late night to watch anime and stuff when I was in 4th or 5th grade. Crap, did my grades fail? Yeah, I have a similar kind of thing to that where, so when I got into high school, so like even up until grade 8, my parents were very, very strict about, like you need to be in bed at like a certain, I think it was like 10 p.m. or something. You need to be in bed because you have to be up at 7 the next morning for school. So it was very much like that. That was always a thing. I never had a TV in my room ever growing up, ever. Like, so then all of a sudden they, you know, I got into high school and they were just like, yeah. And I was allowed to move into the basement of my house. And in the basement, we had a TV already. Like, that's where me and my brother went to play like games. So I just like put a bed down there basically. And that's where I was for most of my high school. Excuse me. And yeah, so that was really, really crazy. And so like I spent most of high school, at least the first 2 years, very much like literally like watching just TV until probably like 2 a.m. every morning. So I most of high school I only got like 5 hours of sleep for all of high school almost. So that was really bad. That was really bad. But I still showed up. I didn't skip classes. I didn't want my mom to get mad at me for watching Rick and Morty. Yeah, I really did. I also used to sneak out in elementary school and go look at the stars on summer nights. Oh, that's amazing. I hope, but you don't want to get caught. That's the thing, right? I'm in May. Please don't hate me. I love May. I actually have a golden gun for May, which is hilarious, I think. Most people are like, why do you have a golden gun on May? But yeah. Are you or were ever a fan of Lego? You know, I was, but I definitely, like, growing up, most of the people, like, friends I had, we were more into, like, Connects, which was, like, straws and, like, they almost look like snowflake little, like, connectors. And you could actually build, like, ones that had motors in them and things like that. And build, like, I know my one babysitter, her son, in their, like, one room, built something in the entire room. And it was, it was like a roller coaster, essentially. They had a car on it and everything. And it was, like, motorized, and it was crazy. So we use more of that, I think, like, in terms of building blocks than Lego. Which is maybe one of the reasons why I'm not as into, like, that Minecraft kind of world, or, like, than most kids. Like, I don't know. Because my brother, he grew up with Lego, and he loves, like, Minecraft and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's super, super weird. I can never get out of bed in the morning, even if I get to bed at 8 p.m. I'm really bad now. Like, sleep schedule, I'm awful. YouTubing has been... But even before YouTubing, like, ever since I got out of high school, I mostly worked late shifts, and that kind of just, like, ruined me. Because, like, instead of working... Like, I was on a... You know, my body was used to a 7 to, you know... Admittedly, in high school it was 2, but at the end of high school I was getting better, and I was mostly doing, like, a 7 to 11 kind of day, which I think is pretty common for a lot of people. But then all of a sudden I got out of high school and I got a job at Walmart, and I was working the 3 to 11 shift almost every night. Very rarely did I start any earlier than that. And that really ruined like my schedule and whatnot, because just by the sheer having to work at 3, most of the time I would literally stay up until like 3 or 4 a.m. And then get up at you know, sometimes noon, 1 to go into work. So it was like, because after work, the last thing I wanted to do was go to bed, because I'd spent most of my... So it was really bad. It was really bad. But, you know, it was just... That's how I was kind of living. But then I had to go back to school for college, and that was way trickier. Like, I had a lot harder time actually getting up and going. I still did, but I definitely... It was more of a struggle for me, for sure, after all the, like, the Walmart time. I spent, like, 2 years doing that at Walmart, and then, but, you know, your body adjusts pretty quick, though. So, like, if all of a sudden you have to go, like, you can correct, like, in one night you can correct your sleep schedule, and if there's a reason, like, you'll figure it out. Gotta eat BRB. No worries, Fluff Puff. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna eat today. Yeah, because my brother didn't do groceries, so, and we didn't do groceries, and tomorrow's family day. So we're gonna have to wait until Tuesday to go shopping. All right, 280, 380. If you really like Rick and Morty, you should look at Gambino's parodia on it with Pokemon. Huh? Maybe. The only Lego I buy today is Star Wars. True. Why does Cubone have to be male? Why is Wolfgar upset about the fact Shinies female? Can you answer the question, please? I don't know the particular reason, but I just know that Wolfgar was looking for a male one. So yeah. Jerry Gomez, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Stampede, and I hope you are doing well today, Jerry. Thank you so much for taking the chance on the channel. I mean, it was President's Day last year, I assume, too, Blade. It'll be interesting, but, I mean, it should be just as interesting, I guess, right? Hey, what's up, Spring Boop? I remember playing Pokemon Leaf Green when I was, like, 6. Portugal never has their own language implemented into the game, so it was in English. I didn't understand much of the game at that time. Mary, I've heard a lot of stories of children learning English by playing Pokemon. Funny enough, like that was their first experience with the English language, like in a full kind of capacity. So That's unfortunate, but at the same time, it probably did help you form the building blocks, right? Of like an entire different language. Even like Gene Simmons from Kiss. I'm not gonna like comment on his character or anything, but I heard stories that because he's from Israel, I think, and he actually learned English, and he speaks almost perfect English. I think he does like legitimately just speak, and that was like because he would watch cartoons on TV, and like through TV and through comic books, he really you know, gained a capacity for speaking the language, and he speaks it you wouldn't even know. I'm good, Larry Gaming. How are you? It's a day off. That's true. That is true. I'm currently hunting for shiny Eevee, and I'm on encounter 31. No luck so far. I got Mac Mini, but the previous owner forgot to reset it, and he doesn't know the password, probably stolen. So do a factory reset, and now owner's... Uh-oh. Oh, no. You got to be careful with that kind of stuff for sure, Supersonic. I hope you get it sorted, man. Take it to an Apple store, I guess. Maybe they can help you. But I learned English by playing games and watching cartoons and stuff. Exactly. Very similar thing. Has anyone ever caught a shiny Eevee? I did. About a year ago. Video games are surprisingly good learning tools. Yeah, because you can go at it your own pace. Unlike a movie or a TV show, video games, you can just take your time on it. Especially like RPGs and stuff. Especially older games too, where they didn't have voice acting, like you know, games from the 90s. You really did need to be able to read to kind of... But even if you couldn't, you would start to kind of gain a sense of what you had to do. And through that, I think you could pick up on certain words that would mean certain things. And then, it, you know, it definitely helps. It's a great learning tool for sure. There's a reason why, like, a lot of people use, like, you know, Duolingo and apps and things to learn to speak other languages now. Because it makes it, you know, it makes it imperative. And it's very cool that way. But yeah, I kind of wish as Canadians that we were kind of, like... that we would be more exposed to that at a younger age. They do have like French immersion schools and things here, but they don't really get that much traction. And you know, most parents aren't gonna. They're like, he might already have or she might already have a hard enough time in school as it is. We don't know. They're still so young. Why throw an extra wrench into that? Like, we think our kid's smart. Every parent thinks their kid's really smart. But when it comes to like an education smart, when it comes to that regimented you know, intelligence, it's hard to say. Because, like, I know some people who awful at school, like not good at school at all, and, you know, because they weren't good at it, they hated it, and they'd skip and things like that. But they're geniuses when it comes to, like, taking a car apart, or they're incredibly smart about, like, certain historical things. Like, it doesn't, like, just because you're not good at school does not mean you're not smart. It just, for school, to then pile on an extra language, like French, for example, if the kid does turn out not to be as, you know, good at school, and then they have to worry about that as well, I think that's rough. I think that's a really rough thing to place on someone. My last time saw resetting, but I do still think they should expose children to it even from kindergarten. I really do feel that way. Like, you should be, because I think the problem is in Canada too. Like, French, for the most part, we don't have to learn French until, like, I think it's grade 4 in the curriculum. But by that point, you've already learned most of your basic maths and your spelling and grammar and things like that. Like your building blocks. So French isn't part of that building blocks. It's like, it feels like it's just this thing that's been, like, forced on you all of a sudden. And I think most kids, like, they recoil at that. They kind of are like, I just learned my building blocks. Like, I don't need to learn an extra, like, I'm almost 10. And they feel like they start to have a consciousness about it. Like, I don't want to do this. But when you're like a toddler or in, like, you know, kindergarten, you don't. Yo, James Blazes, stand the man. How have you been? Glad to be here. Thank you, James. I'm doing well, man. Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Here we go. James Blazes hype. Thank you, James, for the donation. Appreciate that, man. And welcome back. I've been good. I'm having a super ranty day today. This stream has been pretty much me just, like, talking verbatim about, like, just the things that I found fascinating this weekend. Whether it's Black Panther, the Wii U, Dragon Ball Z, you know, just everything. And now I'm talking about language. Absolutely, but hey, we all have those. Yeah, thanks, man, thanks. But yeah, I'm in a rant mode, but like a good rant mode. I'm not talking about anything like too, you know, controversial or anything. I'm just talking about things that have interested me this weekend. That's all. Sadly, my Wii U broke. Oh no. It's even worse in Finland. English, usually when you were 9, and Swedish, second official language, either when you were 10, not mandatory, or 13 becomes mandatory. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I think they should just, like, expose the most basic, like, so instead of learning, like, for example, French, in grade 4, we learned, like, être and avoir, which are, like, probably the two most common, just, like, verbiages, you know, to be and to have. Like, and I think that's something that they should expose to you know, children in kindergarten, at least in Canada, being it's our second national language and all. But yeah, it's very, very weird to me, because by the time, like, you're ready to, I don't know, I think kids are very malleable, but every year that they get older, it becomes like, not only do they become harder just based on, like, you know, brain functionality, but also it becomes harder in terms of just, like, they become more rebellious, they become more aware of the things they like and don't like. And French is something that seems kind of, or just a second language in general, I think a lot of people would rather just not do it if they don't have to. And anyway, true, Supersonic, true. I'm shiny hunting a Gyarados to the Lake of Rage. Julian, good luck. When I entered high school, I wrote in cursive. It really annoyed my teacher. See, that's funny, isn't it? Like, cursive doesn't even, like, exist anymore, I feel. That there's no reason for it. It's, I mean, it helps, you know, but overall, like, every report at this point is, like, submitted via, the only thing it helps with, I guess, is, like, if you have to write an essay in class and stuff, it can definitely save you a lot of time, but most people just print, right? Like, it's, I don't know, it's crazy how fast the world changed in, like, only 20 years, but yeah. Here we learn French for 3 years and English for most of your school life, but most don't embrace it, and that's the problem, right? Yeah, no worries, Supersonic Chow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good luck with your iMac and all that. That's crazy, but have a great rest of your night, and hope to see you Tuesday. Take care, my friend. Which game do you think Shiny type Null on? Well, I want to propose that to you guys. Do you guys think that we're going to get it on the left screen or the right screen first? Julian, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Stampede. Mind you, of course, odds say that... Oh, what the heck happened there? I guess, okay. Super weird. Both of the capture cards just, like, borked for a sec, but we'll fix that. Just give me 2 seconds, my friends. Sorry about that. We made it so far. We've almost gone 2 hours, and, like, we've had, like, no issues. And then all of a sudden, it just one small tap, and it... Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds here. There we go. That should fix it. Failed to initialize. Okay, I gotta unplug this. Apologies. It's even made worse because, like, the sound is tied to the 3DS. So, like, when it doesn't, you know, when it's not going, it really sucks because it just goes quiet. So it's more noticeable. But there we go. We're back. We're back. But yeah, do you guys think we're gonna get a double Shiny type Null screen? But yeah, right or left? Right or left? Left screen, definitely. All right, all right. Bats and stuff is saying left screen. I will say you get... That's crazy. Although I have this strange fascination with Russian, the language is easy to understand and speak, but writing Cyrillic is almost nearly impossible. I mean, that's part of languages too, right? Is like, sometimes it's easy to understand, but it's like impossible to speak, or it's really hard to write it in some cases as well, right? Both left. Alola, what up, Trina? How's it going? Right all the way, I think. Right. Okay, okay. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. I'm in nursing. Most of my colleagues don't like neither know English, and I'm sure they'll become great nurses despite that. But it's so useful sometimes. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, but that's any language, right? Like, it would be so much more useful if I knew other languages as well, especially in what I do on YouTube and stuff. It'd be cool to be able to have, like, you know, conversations in Spanish with some of you guys. But unfortunately, you know, it's impossible sometimes. Or, like, you know, I'll get some comments once in a while, and I don't know what people are, like, they're trying to talk to me. All they speak is Spanish, and I don't know. I don't know if they're criticizing me. I don't know if they're telling me a really cool story about how they grew up with a certain game. I just don't know because I don't speak the language. Good luck writing Chinese. Yeah, it's not easy. Shiny type Null on the bottom left. Good call, Jeff. Good call. Sorry. I love that like star theme or whatever. It's so like when you're trying to just go fast, you know? Hi, hello Raphael. How are you today? No hablo español? Not really, no. No. The only reason I can kind of understand a little bit of basic Spanish is because some of it is very close to French, and I understand French, right? To an extent. I'm not completely fluent in French. I will never claim to be. I do not speak French. But I can piece it mostly together if I have enough time and can read it. I can mostly piece together what the heck's going on. A funny fact, Portuguese usually can understand Spanish people, but they can't understand us. Interesting. It kind of makes sense to me, though, just because, like, Spanish is the more, you know, the bigger overall language. So it's like, that's what it seems to happen, is, like, you know, people insulate themselves with their own culture and their own language. But if you're smaller, you try to, like, you know, keep up with the world, in a sense. And by the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with being, like, you know, having your own special traditions in a smaller country or anything like that. I think that's really cool, and I think that makes you more interesting in a way than just being, you know, it's cooler. It's always better, I think, in any, well, not in any circumstance, but in most circumstances I'd rather be 1 in a million than 1 in a billion, right? I'd rather be 1 in 100 than 1 in 1,000. Like, it just, now, again, not every time. I don't want to be, you know, 1 in 100 of getting struck by lightning, or of, like, you know, having, you know, violent crime against it. Like, so there, you know, but overall, I think it's really cool. And it ends up to the benefit of the smaller people. Like, almost everyone in Swedish can speak English, right? Like, but not everyone who's English can, like, almost no one who's English can speak Swedish. So it's, like, I think they have a leg up, because now they can speak 2 languages. Nightmare Games, what's up? I do. How's it going? I can't believe I caught a shiny Eevee after 35. Nice, Ashley. That's incredible. Congratulations on that. I wish I got a shiny type Null on 35. That'd be cool. Wolfgar! The answer why I want a male, cuz don't think about me, but I look up Rule 34 art on certain Pokemon, see which gender looks best for it in my taste. Sometimes when a Pokemon is female, I find it hard to picture as female in reality. Weird, I don't know, just how I feel. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not I'm not one to judge. I could really honestly care less about what the intentions are, and I don't think it's anyone else's business. But I still think that Wolfgar, you were amazing. And hey, you do you. If you want to get a male Cubone, you do not have to explain that to anybody. You have your reasons, and that is cool. But Wolfgar Lionel Hype, thank you so much, Wolfgar, for the donation, of course. I do appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, there's no reason to feel bad or you know, like that's controversial here. Just like I said, you do you. And there's no harm, no, like, yeah. This is definitely, like, this community, I think what makes it so great is that, you know, it's fairly open. I mean, yes, there are lines that I don't want people to cross, especially in terms of, you know, like, derogatory things and bullying and superiority and ego and things like that. But when it comes to, like, just, I think this is a safe space for Pokemon fans who, like, enjoy all sorts of different reasons within the community, right? Like, even my personal reason for loving the series involves more collecting than battling, and that's not what a lot of people are about with this series, but I am, and so it's, you know, everyone has their own reasons for why they play the games and what they like about the series, and like I said, to each their own. Wolfgar Hype! But yeah, this will always be a nice safe place, don't worry. Like politics, yeah, that's another one that I try to keep out. Sometimes I slip up and it works its way in, but for the most part, I try to keep it out, for sure. I'm back, dinner was good, nice! And, ooh, beautiful, Mojo, beautiful. That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty difficult, so good on you. What up, OG? Nightmare Games! Nightmare Games, thank you for the donation. Nightmare Games Hype! Thank you so much, seriously, for that donation. I really do appreciate it. Nightmare Games hype. And yeah, like, just thank you. That's incredible. Of course, you never have to donate, but it does always help me and the channel, and it's very, very generous, and it's much appreciated. So thank you, and Nightmare Games hype. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. I'll tell you what, Nightmare, if we can get it in the next 2 before 400, I'll even name the type Null after you. Because it's very kind of you. Rip. Yeah, well, of course, OG, of course. We'll try to keep that out of here, just because, you know, we tried to make this an escape for people from some of the crazy, harsh realities out there. But yeah, of course. Obviously, that was an absolute nightmare, a travesty, tragedy. Like, those words don't even begin to describe what happened there. Do you like Princess Peach? I mean, I gotta say, I don't know if I've even ever really used Princess Peach. Like regardless if it's Mario Kart or Smash Bros. Or any of the Mario sports games. Yeah, like, I never played, like, her own, you know, special 3D or DS game. Hello, Kivil, what's up? And we got, woo! Well, he's the new boy, moving in, getting it done, and he's officially the candidate for having some fun. You know it. You gotta calm down, Roy boy. We're talking about all that fun and something. Do you mind some DK64? YouTube Red will never be the same, cause we got Roy boy in the house. It's a purple hat every week, baby. Roy boy, check it out. He's gonna shake it up and change it. Then step aside and rearrange it. You know, cool thing and to understand. You got Roy boy in the house. Roy been in the house. Hello, I'm Roy. I don't know what is your catch. If Roy had a catchphrase, what would it be? What would it be? You could make it your second parody. I could, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait for that new Taylor Swift music. You know, it's all about the T Swift parodies. That's how you build a following here on YouTube. You make a gaming / Taylor Swift parody song, and it goes so well. I should have made what was the one? Look what you made me do. Something about Mewtwo, like, I don't know. It's all about Mewtwo. It's all about Mewtwo. It's all about Mewtwo. I don't like Blaine or Mr. Fuji. They did a bunch of experimenting on innocent Pokemon. Now Dittos roam Cinnabar Island. Anyway, something like that, right? That'd be something. Yo, what's up, Roy? I give it 9 Roy Boy hats out of 10. Thank you. When did this become a thing? He's just a walking memeable man. Here's my catchphrase. All right, guys, I know I've said it before, but for real, this time I'm on an upload train. Expect more vids, followed by crickets. John Rod, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Stampede, John. Or expect. My favorite is still the expect the DK60. We funded the DK64 review. Expect it out in 2 to 3 weeks. I think that was April 15th, 2015. It's now past February 15th, 2018. Ooh, nice gamer swag. By the way, I'm not trying to go for both. Like, I don't want 2 type nulls here. I want 1 type null. I'm just trying to increase my odds. Stan, are you a closet Tay fan, or are you more public with your relationship? With Taylor Swift, I will actually say I didn't really like the most recent album. It never, like, it just didn't have that, like, same longevity for me. I really do think Endgame's a fantastic song. I like Gorgeous as well, admittedly. Taylor Swift always knows, like, what are the best singles off her album. But I do like the end song. I haven't listened to that album so long. I think it's just called New Year's Day or something. But overall, yeah, I'm not crazy about the latest album. But I have always, up until that album, I've always said, like, I'm a pretty big, I enjoy it. So here's the thing. I'm not really a fan of Taylor Swift singing. I'm not really a fan of Taylor Swift as, like, a pop star, dancer, like, public image person. What I do like, though, I think she's great at writing. I think she has an ability to write really complex emotions into what's essentially a pop song made for, like, 14-year-olds, which is, like, that sounds so easy to do, but it's actually really hard to basically to put things into catchy melodic tunes that actually like affect people and can have an impact. So that's why I like Taylor Swift, and I've always kind of I've kind of enjoyed her music since like I think it was Fearless was her second album, whatever the second album was. I have enjoyed it, admittedly, and I've been pretty open about that. I mean, I made a parody about it in 2014, so like, you know, but overall, like, I don't know, she's I think like with most people, she's kind of just past that point where it's just like I've never seen her in concert. I've never been that much of a fan, but I appreciate like the odd song on the radio, you know. I've definitely put music of hers on my phone before and listened to it while working out and stuff like that. No shame, no shame. Complex emotions, boyfriends, wah. I know she does more than that, but I love memeing on people, especially her. No, she's not especially. You love memeing, especially on Canadians. You love memeing on Trudeau, Trump. You love memeing on Barley, especially on Donkey Kong Country. On like you have a lot of meme targets. I don't think Taylor Swift is really one of them. Oh, nice, Pokemon Red. Nice. Well, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. I wish you all the best on your hunt. 14-year-olds end up very hard to please in general. Good point. I found a shiny Marini at only 40 encounters yesterday. That's wonderful. Congrats, Spiral Fox. Sorry. Did you touch my spaghetti? Roy actually ate your spaghetti, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to deal with that. Also, again, I've been ranting all day. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know where my brain is. I want to talk about things. I want to rant about things. Not even like meaningful things, just like random, you know. But yeah, so I apologize. But we did just clear 400 not too long ago. I am gonna try to go to 450 tonight. I think that's fair. We're almost 2 hours into the stream, so yeah, by probably 7:30 we might be able to be at 450. So that'd be pretty cool if I can make that happen on the right screen, of course. I love spaghetti. What can I say? Roy, you know, Roy is a man of very highs and lows, norths and souths, peanut butters and chocolates. Those aren't opposites. Hot and colds. I don't know. The point is, he's a fluctuating man, and he's got a lot of love to give. But if you cross him, he's also got a lot. He's got a lot of you know, not love. Whatever the opposite of love. I don't want to say hate because he's still, you know, he's a remorseful guy. But you know. Animosity, I guess, is a good word. Vitriol. Yo, Yana! Congratulations on moving out. You're living with your brother, right? Oh. And any 3DS LCD stopped working. Good, good. That's what we want. All right, give me 1 second. But yeah, no, that's awesome, Yana. Congratulations. You do, yes. You're a very passionate young man, for sure. You have your causes. You have your memes. You have, you know, the good and the bad. That's very true. But yes, you're a very passionate, vocal young man who I believe in. It's been 1 second since you looked at me. Anyway, yeah, I'm all over the place today. Today easily could have devolved into like a Lays type stream if I wasn't quite as like ranty. I probably would have made it a very meme stream. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good. It was a good weekend. Got to catch up with a bunch of people, get out of the house. That's always nice. Yeah, so it was good. It was fun. I'm in Pennsylvania and I live in New York, Staten Island, and I forgot my 3D. No, Nightmare, no. Yesterday I was going to see Markiplier, but he was so sick. So it was, yeah, yo, my buddy Joey, who I'm sure you know Joey, Yana, he was actually supposed to go to that show too. He got VIP tickets, and I think went out there from like Ireland, like from Dublin, and then it got canceled, and I felt awful. Like that's, so yeah. A little ADD stand, I can dig it. It happens sometimes. Usually I'm on the ball, but I will say when it comes to especially like soft resetting, especially the dual ones, I find because there's so much going on, I find my mind just like wanders to cope with like the just pure like repeating of like you know, like just clicking the A button. Roy and I have deep conversations like the prices of train tickets and how deja vu happens. Good times. Roy actually knows exactly how deja vu happens. Every time a Roy call cries, it causes a shift, and we actually shift planes ever so slightly on a parallel universe. And so that is why you'll notice deja vu, because you've actually experienced it before in a parallel universe. And we hit 300 on the left-hand side. Nice. But, yeah. Every time a Roy cries or falls, one of those two things happens. But I gotta go. I need some rest. Good luck this stream. No worries, Yana. Again, congratulations on moving. I know that's a massive step for you. And it's gonna be lots of fun and freedom. But yeah, enjoy. Take care. And maybe I'll see you Tuesday. Always great, though. I have ramen coupons. You want one? Yes. Yes. We started 2 hours ago, A-Drive. Yeah. 5 o'clock on Sundays. It's always been this way since the new year. What would you do if you got $10 million donation? I don't know. I think I would honestly make Pokemon review, like I'd finish off my Pokemon review series, because I would have all the time I'd need to make them as great as I wanted without worrying about people leaving and being able to pay rent and things like that. So that is definitely something I would consider. If I got $10 million, I mean, whoever sent me that $10 million, I'd probably immediately pay for a plane ticket to meet this person, and, you know, thank them in person, and I would make them something. Yeah. Even, honestly, even for $10 million, people have asked me this before, I would straight up, I would sell my YouTube for $10 million, because, here's the thing, I could just start another channel. So, like, anyone who's still interested in the streams and, you know, future videos and things like that, I could just go to Stand 'em 10s and enjoy that and make stuff there. However, I mean, like, yeah, $10 million would mean I could just make whatever I want, whenever I want, and put as much passion into something, and not worry about the viewership, the financial part of it. Like, it'd be so refreshing that way. Being instantly rich is the fastest way to becoming a pauper. Well, true, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. If you've known the life of a pauper already, even if you do attain instantaneous wealth, I think that it's still much of an easier transition than going from, like, no idea of any real humbleness, I guess. Like, so for example, like, you know, I worked almost 5 years at a Walmart, so I've seen, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel that, like, the world has to offer, but I've definitely seen some questionable bottom tier things. I've been exposed and treated in certain ways to things that you know. So and I'm not saying I would beat it, but I've also, like, I've had no money before and been kind of, like, you know, having to figure things out. And then I've also been in, like, successful positions. So I've kind of seen both of them. And you're right, in terms of, like, ego and mental health, I think it's crazy. But I don't know if I would lose all my money. Because I think, like, I'm really into investing already and things like that. Like, I put a lot of my money away and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I think I'd be okay that way. But, like, mentally, yeah, I think I definitely need some help. Some of it would definitely go towards just, like, therapy. Just to learn how to cope with it. You're absolutely right, Roy. Yeah, no, you're right. If you earn it, then it feels so much better, and you'll actually... That's why, if you look, the guys who are, like, some of the biggest billionaires in the world, they don't buy flashy things. They drive a very reasonable car. They wear the same outfit every single day. They, you know, because they're just normal guys who, from their love and passion, over time happen to make, you know, some wealth for themselves, as opposed to a lottery or an instantaneous tip or something along those lines, right? How about a $10 million super chat? I mean, yeah, obviously. Even though YouTube would get 33% of that, which is crazy, it's still, obviously, yeah, that'd be incredible. I got $20 today. I'm rich for a college student. I know those feels. I know those feels. Yeah. And, like, it's such a balance. So, like, my first semester in college, I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm going to work at college. Or I'm going to work at Walmart still 5 times a week and go to college. And then at the end of that semester, I almost failed accounting. And I was like, I literally can't do this. I remember the night before the exam and just being like, I can't do, because I had to go to work that night. And I was like, I need to like get rid of some shit. Like, so I went down to, like, I think 3 nights a week. Yeah, 3 nights a week, only, like, smaller shifts. But then I experienced for the first time not having money to just do what you want with. Like, for 2 years, I was able, because I was living at home, so I had that really nice and cozy. And then I was like 18, 19 at the time. And then I had, like, expendable money that I wasn't, like, but then all of a sudden I had college bills, and I wasn't making, you know, whatever it was, like $400 a week working at Walmart anymore. I was now making maybe 150 or 200 maybe at most. And so, like, it was like, uh-oh. But I didn't immediately budget in the same way. I still was, like, eating out whenever I could, you know, going out on a whim, buying things I wanted that I didn't really need. And that stopped pretty quick. That would, like, my last, like my last 3 semesters of college, which is, like, a year and a half, I was a lot more careful, I'll just say. If I suddenly got 10 million, I'd have to disappear. I think you have to. Yeah, you literally kind of have to, though. Stan, your frames are Poland flag colors, and I am Poland. Oh, true. Nice. They're also kind of Canadian, I guess, too, right? Only if the Eevee is on Crystal version. You're gonna get a shiny from me. Gladion first. Nice. Nice, Gladion. Nice. Thank you. I can buy socks now. Yeah, exactly, right? Mind you, I won't lie, I was still living at home, and I still had, you know, like an iPhone, so it's not like I was, you know, completely strong. I don't want to, like, present like, oh, I was hard done by and poor. I definitely wasn't. I was okay. But at the same time, it was definitely, I learned some lessons there. I learned some lessons about maybe not spending money you don't actually have, and starting to figure the balance between, like, school and work, or whatever school might be as the antithesis of work. America's the only real country. What is Canada? Oh, those are fighting words. America, Roy, yeah. Saving the world from the mother Roybin terrorists. What are studying in college? I studied small business and entrepreneurship, which is funny because while I was doing it, I was also making my YouTube channel, but I never thought I would actually use small business or entrepreneurship at all. And then fast forward, and YouTube got big enough that I started making money that I had to become a sole proprietor, and now I have to, like, pay tax. Like, I have my own business, which is my YouTube channel. So it kind of worked out weirdly, but, like, that's not why I took it. I took it just because I was like, if I have a broad understanding of business, like, that's an asset I can bring to not only, hopefully, a workplace, but also, like, my own, like, you know, things like the stock market and amortization of a house and, like, figuring out interest rates and things like that. I was like, that's good to know. So even if I walk away, I'll have better improved myself as a human being. But then no. Fight me, Stan. I ain't scared. Well, I'm scared because everyone knows that squids have 6 arms instead of 2, and I only have 2, so that's unfair. You'll have to tie 4 behind your back to be fair. That's the only justification for a fight. I like how Roy is a swear word. Well, he is pretty, you know, it makes sense. Maple syrup and bacon, that's really just ham. It is, yeah. It's back bacon, right? It's female bacon. It's still, you gotta admit though, the Canadian bacon is pretty amazing. But you're definitely right that it's pretty much just like grilled ham. But boy, oh boy, grilled ham tastes great, so there's nothing wrong with that. Stan versus KSI fight. I can admit fully, I don't know if I've even ever really been punched before. Like I've definitely taken punches, but I don't think I've ever taken, like, someone who was actively trying to, like, hurt me and, like, knock me down, punch, like, a real fight. Mind you, I've been in bars and I've gotten in fights before, but luckily it's always kind of like either it's been broken up or something's happened before I've ever actually had to, like, fight. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So far, I'm pretty fortunate that way, that I've never incurred the wrath of someone. But one day, I've had some close calls. Poutine is so good. Poutine's good. I enjoy it. We got 30 encounters left after this one that we're about to encounter right now, my friends. So let's get into it. That is not a shiny type, no. I can definitely see that. Too much gray in the main. Was alcohol ever involved? I would say pretty much almost every time that I've almost come to blows with someone. Alcohol was involved. Yes, it was usually either at a bar or a party. 100%. The funny thing is, I would say of maybe 3 times though, only once was it actually kind of my fault. And that's just because I was feeling myself a little too much. Maybe I was being a little mouthier than maybe I should have been. It does happen. I was young. And yeah, but the other 2 times I can 100% admit. One time it was a dude in a bar. I went during a Christmas thing, and met a bunch of friends there, and I wore like an ugly Christmas sweater, and this guy was just trying to he was like getting on me the entire night. I never met this dude before. Just at the bar, I was like going up and like I was like ordering drinks for people, and he just like started getting on me about my sweater, and he started like calling me some stuff that I can't repeat here. And so that was close. That was close. But before it ever got that far, this guy apparently harassed some. He was super drunk. Like, I wasn't drunk. I was just like I just, you know, I was hanging out with some friends at a bar, but this guy was super beyond wasted. And so apparently later in the night, before, you know, we stepped outside or whatever, he got kicked out because he was harassing some girl who didn't want to dance with him. So he's just a scumbag, basically, this dude. Like, no points about it. He was just like, guy should not drink. Like, Ultra Hunt 667, thank you for the sub, and welcome to the Stampede. But yeah, so that was one. And then the other time, it was again someone I actually did know though, but a very mouthy person. And that was the only other time it got close to that. Was just someone was being mouthy, but I was sticking up for my friend the second time. Yeah. Fair enough, James. Fair enough. No, I just I'm actually usually pretty good and pretty reserved, but yeah, and that's why I actually, when I was like 19 and 20 especially, I think, you know, I was going to bars a lot more frequently. I was trying to meet people. I wasn't dating any, I started dating Nad almost when I was 22. So she really helped calm me down a lot from that kind of stuff. But even still, I was never the mouthpiece guy. I mostly just kept to myself. I just wanted to dance and have fun. And whenever I went out to those types of places. But at the same time, I also do have I have the sort of you know, quick, I don't want to say quick wit because that makes me sound like I'm being narcissistic, but I have a big mouth sometimes, and I can say things that definitely can work to both my advantage and not my advantage. So I've been in situations where someone wanted to fight me or rob me once, and I was able to get out of it by talking. I'm good at talking, but I've also been in positions where I maybe said something or made a joke that I was just joking, but I maybe took it too far. Someone thought I took it too far, and really took it internally. And then something happened. But yeah, which is definitely what happened with the one that I was at fault for sure. I definitely said something. I didn't think it was that bad, but you know, some people, especially when they're also drinking, take things to heart, and then that kind of stuff happens. But anyway, don't drink. It's stupid. I'm actually being dead serious here. I've lost a lot. There's been times where I just am so you get hungover, you hurt your body, you age yourself way faster. You know, you can ruin your teeth and your appetite and your sleep schedule and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, most of the time, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna lie, I've had some times where, you know, I've been having some beers with some friends and it's been an amazing experience. But overall, I've had some awful experiences too. So it's I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I'm not about that life anymore. I'm gonna beat the Roying Roy out of you. Uh-oh. Please be careful though. I have delicate cheeks. Wait, why did this not reset? There we go. Hey, that's what made me a good salesman, and I've worked my way to the chain of command. That's nice. Exactly. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. You're right. You're absolutely right. But also, like, no, I find, like, the biggest thing is people don't, they don't, like, know or trust their own kind of mindsets. Like, I've found the only times where I've been, like, and it's not that many, actually, but there's a few times where I've done stupid things while drinking. Again, this is way, like, this is like many years ago. Like, we're talking like 4 years ago here. But every time something like that would happen, before I even started drinking, something had happened to put me in an uneasy, bad, or anxious mood. And then you add, you know, so I think, like, knowing yourself definitely helps too. I was only nearly mugged once, but the guy was sloppy and scared me from behind. I accidentally kicked him in a not so nice place. Just pointed him to the nearest healthcare place. I'm like, oh my god, that's still terrifying though. Yeah, mine was, I was waiting for the train, and this guy started barking at me, and I'm not even kidding, it was super weird. And I randomly ran into a friend of mine who was getting off of the train, and I was waiting to get on that same train. And we were talking, and this guy just started barking at us, but then he was like looking at us, but then he'd like walk away. And my friend had at work, because he had work downtown, he had like a mini chocolate bar on him, like a mini Kit Kat or something, and he gave it to me. He was like, you want like some food for the train? And I was like, sure, man. So I put it in my pocket. He leaves, and then this guy starts like, as soon as he leaves, this guy like starts barking at me again, and he walks up to me and he's just like asking me a bunch of questions. He's like, because I was wearing a suit, by the way, because I had to go down for like some work stuff, and he was like asking me like how much money I make and like things like that, like super weird stuff. And he's like starts following me, and so like I go into the place where everyone can see. I told him, I'm like, he's like, yo, come with me. He's like, come with me, I want to talk to you about something. And I was like, oh, okay, just give me a sec, I just gotta like run in to get my ticket, and then I'll go with you. And he was like, I was never gonna go with him, by the way. I just needed to say something to like, because he would like, if I had said no, I don't want to go with you, he probably would have just like grabbed me or something. But I was like, no, I'll go with you, but just give me a sec, like I'm just gonna get my ticket real quick because I don't have my ticket for the train. And he was like, okay. So I go in, I actually did have to buy my ticket, legitimately. I go in and I buy my ticket, and then he's like waiting for me. He's having a smoke outside, and he's waiting for me, and he's like, yo, come here, come here. I don't go, I'm just like chilling. And then he comes in, he's like, yo, I thought we were gonna go somewhere. I'm like, no, I don't really like want to go anywhere, I'm just gonna like chill in here for now. And then I was like, yo, but I got this like Kit Kat, you want this chocolate bar? And this guy was like high out of his mind, or like drunk or something, so he was like, food? And like he's like, yeah. So he like takes it, and he's like, bark. And I was like, okay, whatever. He takes the Kit Kat, he like eats the Kit Kat, he like goes out for a smoke, and then he comes back in to use the bathroom. And when he comes out of the bathroom, he walks up to me and he's like, yeah, so I was thinking, just so you know, I was gonna beat the, he didn't say this word, but he said, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, but he said another word, but you're a good guy, you got Facebook? And like then he wanted to like add me as a friend and stuff, and I was just like, no man, I don't got Facebook, sorry. All this, like, yeah. And anyway, it was super sketchy. But yeah, that was the one time he was like, he wanted to like steal my phone or something. He was telling me, like, that's the weirdest thing. He felt it was like normal to then just be like, yeah, I was gonna like take your phone and rob you, and like, you know, you shouldn't dress in a suit, like you were Target. And he's like telling me, like, it's so weird. Anyway, don't take food from strangers. But in that case, it saved me. Like, him taking that food from me was like the thing he said. He's like, if you didn't give me that chocolate bar, like I was gonna jump you. Like, how many people have been robbed playing Pokemon Go? Oh, definitely a few, for sure a few. The Canadian with the problem with the Canadian public railways. Yeah, it was, you know, and it was definitely, I ended up like, I called my dad actually when I got on the train, just to make sure, because like if anything happened, if this guy still was like gonna like give me trouble, at least I was on the phone with someone. But I mean, yeah, I got super lucky that like nothing went further than that, and that he just kind of like walked away and on the train and did his own thing, and yeah. But it's crazy, because that's the thing, is like you can be as safe and protected as you want, but at the end of the day, if someone really does want to, like, you know, make a scene or rob you or hurt you or something, they can find a way, and unfortunately a lot of that is just like wrong place, wrong time, and it's like the saddest thing ever. Like, but it does happen. Like, you can be the most polite, well-mannered, you know, kindest person. You can even be good, like I am typically, like being able to talk people out of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if someone really like wants to like rob you, they will find a way, most likely, and that's the scariest part. But you just got to try to be careful and as safe as you can. you know, and surround yourself with other people who are like, what, like that, you know, there's definitely things you can do to avoid that stuff, but it's scary, man. But I got lucky that day. Nice cheerleader, nice. That guy was flipping crazy. Yeah, that guy was actually out of his mind though. He was out of his brain. He smelled, you know, like when you can smell drugs on someone, it was brutal. He was drenched in that smell. What was the most scariest experience in your life? I climbed a roof when I was 3. That was pretty terrifying. But I don't really remember that so well because, you know, I was young. So, but that was pretty terrifying. Another really terrifying thing would have been, when I was 12, we were playing football on the schoolyard, and I got a touchdown. I was feeling really, really good. I jumped in a dog pile that I definitely should not have jumped in. And then someone, there were like 2 really, really big kids, and nothing against them, but like they were really like, big boys. And they got pushed onto the dog pile. And I actually felt, and I was like a pretty skinny kid at this point, and I felt just like my inner like rib cage just like go in, and I was like, what the heck just happened? Like what was that? What was that sensation? And they wouldn't get off, and I actually like stopped breathing. Like I could not breathe, and I felt like I was gonna die. Like legitimately in that moment, I was like, I'm either gonna pass out or die. Like I'm gonna stop breathing. Like this is getting like, this is crazy. And then literally like right when I was screaming, and then I couldn't even scream because my like windpipe was collapsed. You wouldn't think like from just like a bunch of like a dog pile, but it's true. Like it was, I was against like this like the ground, which was cold at the time because Canada, and like all these people on me, and like I was screaming and no one would help me, no one would get off, and then I couldn't even scream anymore, and I just almost like blacked out. And then my one friend grabbed my ankles and like ripped me out, and I like I was out of it for like I couldn't even like speak for like 20 minutes after that. It was messed up. It was messed up. That was really scary. I thought I was gonna die. That's probably the only time I actively thought like I am going to die. James Blazes, let's get a super chat chain for Stan because Stan's chivalry, milady. Thank you, James. Thank you. But no, thank you so much, James Blazes hype. Thank you for that donation, dude. Seriously, again, another donation. You're incredible. Adam Kind, we're still at it. We're actually going to wrap it up. We're getting much closer here to wrapping it up. Got a few more on the right-hand side. We're going to go to 450 today, and then that'll be the end of that. We've now gone 2 hours. Why does this one's not stop resetting? Another time, and I've told this story on stream before, and it's actually like pretty poignant considering what has just happened recently in the world. And I don't want to get into what's happening in the world, but I'll bring up this story because it is scary. We were in college, we had a spare period, but we had a midterm coming up. So myself, and now who is my current girlfriend, but we weren't dating at the time, me and her and my friend and her cousins and some other people from our class went into a random classroom that was just free. Oh wow, I guess the 3DS just kind of ended there. But yeah, we went into like just a classroom. There's no one else. There were a few students who were also studying for a midterm, but they weren't like studying what we were studying. We didn't know them, basically. But anyway, and then, so it, like, about 20 minutes into this, you know, our school went on lockdown, basically. And there was a guy with a gun in our college, and so yeah, that was, and especially, you know, in Canada, you don't really see that much, so that was super, super scary. We didn't even have a teacher in the room, so we had no protocol. We'd never had a drill or anything like that. So this is the first time I'd ever even experienced such a thing coming from such a small town. And no teacher, so no guidance. And so I just remembered like seeing on the news and stuff that you're supposed to like, you know, try to barricade the doors, turn off the lights. So we turned off the lights and I went up to the door to kind of like barricade it. And as I walked up to the door, there's this guy in a trench coat who was like this. He didn't say anything. He just looked dead at me and went like this. And I just like immediately was just like got a weird vibe and just like I didn't even barricade the door though. I literally just like just walked away from the door and like went in the corner. Like I didn't run or anything, but I just like went in the corner and just like it was so weird. But anyway, so yeah, as you can imagine, long story short, the lockdown eventually gets cleared out, and it turned out that that guy was the guy with the gun, and they never even caught him, which is the craziest part. They never caught this dude. at all, which is even scarier. To the best of my knowledge, they never caught him. But yeah, no one died. No one even got shot at or anything like that. But it was obviously super scary. And I did miss a donation. Give me 1 second here. Mustaniel, Jeff Clayton. Thank you, Jeff Clayton, for the donation. We also had Shuriken Storm X hunting Larvitar and Ultramoon. Also, it's happy birthday, Shuriken Storm. Please wish Shuriken Storm a happy birthday. And Jeff Clayton and Shuriken Storm, hype! Hype! But yeah, so those are probably 3 of the scarier instances in my life. I think probably those 3 were pretty terrifying. But yeah, good luck with the Larvitar. Thank you for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. You're awesome. We only got like about 15 left here on the right-hand side until I call it a night. But I do want to thank, yeah, I want to thank you guys for your donations. And yeah, let's finish this off right. But anyway, my mom said I might need to get braces. You know what though? I know it sucks, but like, it will, like, long term. I think you'll be glad that you did if you need them. If you need them for sure. Trust your, trust your orthodontist or dentist or whatever, and trust your parents. And if you do need them, I promise you it'll suck for a while, but it will be so much better long term. There's a reason that, like, I've met a few adults who even get braces, even though at that stage it's like one of the most awkward things you can do, and I feel for those people. There's no shame in it because, like, at the end, like, their teeth are like magnificent, and I'm like I've considered it even myself, and I don't even have the worst teeth, but like, I've considered doing something like that just because, like, I love a nice smile, and I've always wanted, like, I have a decent smile, but I've always wanted, like, a perfect smile, and it's just something that's always, like, I'll never have, but anyway, that maybe that's just me being greedy. Can I tell you an inquiry? Sure, A-Drive, sure. You should do a scary stories video. Maybe. Braces are the worst for the first few days because it hurts to eat food. True. And yeah, I've had my wisdom teeth taken out, so I can only imagine the pain of braces. I have a horrible smile. JPB messaged me and said, don't trust your mom. Oh, God. Yeah, I'd be a heck no and just back away from the door. Though we did once have a lockdown while I was in lunch. They moved us to the auditorium. It's scary stuff. And like I said, I didn't bring up that conversation to start a debate here or anything like that. I don't want to, because I know where that conversation could lead, so I don't really want to get into all that stuff again with the current stuff going on in the US right now. But I just, like, yeah, it was, someone asked me what 3 of the most terrifying things in my life were. That was one of them, Bart, like, for sure. Like, I don't think I've ever been so, like, calm, but also just, like, in my own head about things. Like at the time, I, like, just, sitting in the corner waiting for everything to, like, I was just like, man, like, I haven't done all these things I want to do. I haven't, experienced certain things. I haven't, why am I wasting my time doing this when I should be doing that? Why do I place so much emphasis on things that don't even matter? And, like, it gave me like some really, like, good insight into my life and, like, where I was at and where I wanted to be at. And so that part of it, but, like, that's how terrifying it was that, like, I was actually, like, contemplating, like, mortality, basically, at such a young age. I don't think that's as common. And that's why I was able to go full-time into YouTube. And that's why I was able to just go to Tokyo on, like, a whim and do crazy things and do Tough Mudder, and, like, why I'm probably so goal-oriented now. I probably look like nerdy. Yeah, but that's fine. Trust me. It sucks for a while. I'm not gonna, like, I can't sugarcoat it. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, I'm not my best self. I'm always, like, the braces kid. But it will long-term pay off. Like, that's the thing. It's a long-term versus short-term. And for the most part, long-term typically will win out. I wish I got braces, but our dental couldn't cover it. That's kind of what was going on with my parents as well. I don't really need them. My bottom teeth could have benefited a little, but like, honestly, it's not a big deal. My brother, though, like, he definitely could have used some braces. They're always like, oh, you have a nice smile, it's fine. But, like, honestly, I think in some moments he definitely is like, man, because his teeth are, like, kind of inverted. They're like his 2 front teeth, and I definitely. But anyway, my parents just weren't, they weren't able to do that kind of stuff for us. And they, like, I mean, and it comes down a lot, too, to, like, is it worth it? Is it not? And to them, I guess it wasn't. They probably could have done it if they really, really thought it was like, if his teeth were really mangled, but like, you know, they're okay. They're okay. But it just, anyway. How old are you? I am 24. Oh, you're asking Sonic. Sorry. What days do you live stream? I live stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. The next stream will be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have 10 more Type Null encounters to go, my friends. We're getting closer. We're getting closer in here. You can hear me like feverishly double tapping the A button. Oh, nice. Nice A-Drive, or JPB, nice. Ya boy getting paid. I love it. I love it. That's good, man. That's good. You so here's my advice for you now that you're like making money. If there's ever been like that one thing that you've always like really, really wanted, but you can never afford because you weren't making your own money and your parents, you know, said no, save up for that thing. And you gotta treat with your first paycheck. Honestly, I feel that this is imperative. You gotta treat yourself to something. It's like you gotta reward yourself for you know, getting out of your comfort zone, learning some new skills, and that. But after that purchase, and don't go too overboard. Don't save up like enough that is gonna like. But yeah, get yourself something nice, and then be smart. Save. Put it away. I trust you. Like the first few years I didn't do that as much, but like in my college days I saved up some money and I invested it in like the stock market and stuff, and I'm so happy I did that. Like I'm so happy that I was able to it wasn't even my parents aren't very like financially like conscious people, I guess. They're very blue collar, they're very hardworking people, but they're not, you know, they've never been like my dad only recently got into like stock market and stuff, but yeah, they've never been that crazy about that kind of stuff. But I learned from my teacher and got into it, and it's been worth it. So like definitely you're probably even a little still too young to really get fully into that kind of stuff, but put it away, like save it, like trust me, only use so much of it, and I trust you. By the time you're ready for, you know, like your real life to begin, you'll have a good little amount to use for that. Finally passed 1,000 SRs, no shiny type null. Yes, yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for probably both of us, admittedly. We're getting like, I'm getting what? I'm almost at 800 now. I'm getting close to 800 soft resets here, like between both of them. So yeah, it's you know, we're getting close to 1,000 for sure. Like by next stream we'll be over 1,000 guaranteed. So by Tuesday at night we'll have crossed 1,000, which I gotta say, with the 2, it really, like, even doing 2-hour streams, having 2, that's not bad. If you can get to like 1,000 every 4 streams, that means in like about 2, we should have the type null in like 2 to 3 weeks, which is pretty good for a gift Pokemon, you know. If the shiny charm actually could affect it, I would say, you know, that's bad. But like for its odds for the 1 in 4,000, that could be good. Mind you, I don't have it yet, and it could still take longer than that. I don't know, but yeah. Nice Supersonic Chow, nice. I honestly would forget if I had money. In high school, I would find anywhere from $5 to $20 in my pants pocket that I forgot I had. Nice. I actually, so my parents' friends gave me a card with some cash in it from for my graduation from high school, which is really kind of them. I didn't even, like, at the time I really should have thanked them even more for that. That's like almost too much that they did. But anyway, and I just, like, you know, I was working at Walmart at the time, full time, so I had a lot more money than I was used to and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, flash forward. So this is 2011, like, this happened. Flash forward to 2017. So that's what, 6 years later. And when I was moving out in July and August, I was going through all my old cards because I'd saved up all my old birthday cards since I was like 10 years old. So I had, like, we're talking like 14 eras, like years of cards saved up, and it was a lot. And I was going through them, and all of a sudden, like, $50 just like popped out, and I was like, "Are you what? Like 50? Like, it was crazy. It was like almost." And the craziest part of it was Canada in the last 7 years has changed their money. It used to be paper money, now it's plastic. And this is still the old paper money, so it was very cool. No worries, Wolfger. Thank you so much again for all the donations. And of course, unfortunately, I know the Cubone didn't go quite the way you wanted, but still, congratulations on at least finding one shiny. You will get that Suicune any day now. I feel it. And yeah, good luck. Good luck. It was great seeing you. Take care and have a great long weekend if you do have one, of course. Some people do, some people don't. I don't know. Oh, yeah, absolutely, James. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I had a very similar kind of story to that. I did something very similar at 21. So, and I'm 24 now, so it's only been 3 years. But even still, it's like I'm so happy that I did that. You know. I'm at 3,977 encounters. Man, I've talked about everything today. Oh my god, I talked about like anime, video games, kind of a little bit of politics, but not enough to really, But yeah, we talked so much. Now I'm talking about financial advice. Like, today's been crazy. Just in terms of like I've ranted about everything, like healthcare, scary experiences, like braces. Like it's insane. Thank you, Nightmare. Seriously, I really do appreciate it. You have a great rest of your night. Of course, we only have 3 more, including this one, on the right-hand side until we're going to wrap up the stream. So we are slowly going to start ramping it down here as we go. But who knows? Who knows? We have gotten some pretty crazy last-minute shinies in the past. So you never know. As I always say, you never know. It could happen. It could happen. That is definitely not one that happened. But 2 more, guys. Give me your shiny luck. Give me your support and that spirit energy for the shiny. Of course, it's going to come down to RNG, but it helps. I want to see those shiny hype chats or, comments in the chat. And let's go. Let's get a shiny, boys and girls. Let's do this. When I was 10 or 11, I got a framed picture from my grandmother as a birthday present. Years later, I took the picture and there's, oh my God, Zane. That's actually not only really cool of her to do, but also just like, that's just amazing a story in general. Stan, I want to pick your brain more about financials because we live on the same plane, but I've got to scoot. Much love, brother. No worries, James. Thank you again for all the donations and stuff, and thank you for tuning in, giving your time, your energy. It was really cool, man. It was really cool. Yeah, we'll definitely catch up some other time. Take care, and have a great long weekend as well. Again, if you are celebrating such a thing, I know there's people from all over the world here, so I don't like to generalize. Also, some people are working on it. So that's another reason why, But anyway, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to this stream. It has been a good one. I'm sorry again for ranting. My brain's all over the place today. But I promise Tuesday, I'll try to focus up a little bit more. It was still fun, though. I enjoyed it. It feels like I just started, which is really cool. Thank you so much to everyone who liked this stream. Thank you to everyone who supports these streams. I appreciate it. But without further ado, and before I, of course, read off all the donators and all that good stuff to wrap it up, we got 2 more type nulls to experience. So let's go 333, and which is actually kind of poignant too, because that's kind of almost like half of 1,000, or a third of 1,000, and 450. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. They're just regular type nulls, is what I'm trying to say. But either way, we're still pretty early in the type null spectrum of shiny hunts. Let's be honest, it's a 1 in 4,000 odds times 2. We're almost at 1,000. We're getting close. By Tuesday, we'll be over 1,000, and that'll be exciting. But I really do got to thank you guys. Seriously, you made my Sunday even better. You listened to me just rant, and I do appreciate the heck out of you guys for that. You're the best community in the game, and yeah, just thank you so much. Of course, I do have to give an extra shout out to everybody who donated today. That is super kind, and just that extra step does help out the channel and myself a lot, so thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. We had Wolfger Lionel with the triple tip. Thank you Wolfger. Jeff Clayton as well. Thank you, Jeff, for your donation. And of course, we also had on the super chat side of things, we had James Blazes with 2 donations, and Nightmare Games and Shuriken Storm X as well. And then finally, we also had Super Sonic Chow as a new sponsor. Thank you again to all you guys. Super shout out to Super Sonic Chow for that. I really do appreciate that. Enjoy all the custom perks that you get now being a sponsor. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I love you. I love your faces. I do actually want to check one thing super quick here before I wrap it up in full. I will check something real fast. All right, we can go raid the Blade. He's playing Splatoon, so we'll go raid him if you're still around. But otherwise, that's going to do it for me. I love you guys. I'll see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy hunting, baby rhinos, and peace. It was fun. It was a fun stream today, guys. Thank you for putting up with me. My randomness, although it is in my name, so hey. Anyway, peace. Go raid Blade.